kehadiran semua staf akademik Universiti Teknologi Malaysia ke platform dalam talian Taklimat Mega LPPT 2021, anjuran bahagian semua manusia Jabatan Pendaftar UTM dan Jawatan Kuasa Semakan ELPPT dan Laluan Kerjaya Staf Akademik UTM. Bagi memberkati majlis kita pada petang ini, marilah sama-sama kita mulakan dengan bacaan umul kitab. Al-Fatihah. Amin, amin. Ya Rabbal Alamin. Yang berusaha Cik Abdul Razik bin Haji Jahudin, pendaftar Universiti Teknologi Malaysia. Yang berusaha Profesor Teknologis Dr. Muhammad Hisham Lee selaku pengerusi jawatan kuasa induk penilaian prestasi dan peningkatan kerjaya staf akademik UTM. Yang dihormati Puan Nur Azizah binti Ismail, Kepala Pendaftaran Bahagian Sumber Manusia Jabatan Pendaftar, pegawai-pegawai kanan universiti, dekan-dekan, para profesor serta seluruh warga akademik UTM yang ada di Johor Bahru, Kuala Lumpur serta di kampus Pagoh yang dihormati sekalian. Tanpa membuang masa, majlis diteruskan lagi dengan menjemput Encik Abdul Razik bin Haji Syahudin, pendaftar UTM, bagi menyampaikan ucapan aluan. Majlis dengan segala hormatnya dipersilakan.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada pengacara majlis pada petang ini, iaitu Cik Muhammad Razi bin Abdul Razak, yang juga merupakan pegawai di Bahagian Sumber Manusia, Seksyen Perkhidmatan dan Saraan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Jadi, yang saya hormati, yang dihormati Profesor Teknologis Dr. Muhammad Hisham Lee, yang merupakan selaku pengerusi jawatan kuasa penilaian prestasi LPPT dan juga peningkatan laluan kerjaya staf akademik. Yang saya hormati kepada ketua-ketua track ataupun laluan kerjaya. Yang pertama kepada track pengajaran Profesor Madia Senior Hayati binti Abdullah. Bagi track penyelidikan yang saya hormati Profesor Teknologis Dr. Abdul Syukur bin Abdul Razak. Untuk track khidmat profesional Profesor Madia Dr. Nur Azurati binti Ahmad Layah Saleh, dan juga ketua track kepimpinan kepada
ini tuhut dan hasil dan kui kesikui.
Dan pada track kepimpinan Profesor Madia Dr. Sharifah Fizah binti Sarifin, dan juga kepada ahli-ahli jawatan kuasa yang lain yang dapat bersama-sama pada hari ini. Jadi alhamdulillah. Yang saya hormati juga kepada Timbalan Pendaftar Kanan Bahagian Sumber Manusia, Puan Nur Azizah binti Ismail, bersama dengan pegawai-pegawai di Bahagian Sumber Manusia. Yang saya hormati dekan-dekan, profesor-profesor, staf akademik yang berada di Johor Bahru, di Kuala Lumpur dan juga di Pagoh. Alhamdulillah. Dan saya juga mengambil kesempatan di sini untuk mohon maaflah kepada rakan-rakan yang berada di Kuala Lumpur, Puan Zah, kerana hari ini adalah hari cuti, hari Ahad. Tapi walaupun terima kasih kepada mereka yang berada di UTM Kuala Lumpur yang sudi bersama-sama pada petang ini untuk mendengar taklimat berkaitan dengan ELPPT, yang mana taklimat ini diberi nama taklimat mega. Bila sebut mega ni satu yang besar yang memerlukan taklimat kepada keseluruhan staf akademik supaya dapat memberi penerangan dan juga pencerahan. Di samping kita di peringkat bahagian sumber manusia, Jabatan Pendaftar untuk dapatkan maklum balas daripada semua staf-staf akademik yang dapat turut serta pada petang ini. yang mana taklimat Mega ELPPT 2021 ini adalah merupakan jurung-jurung kali yang diadakan pada hari ini, yang mana sebelum ini pihak Rusia dan juga tim teknikal saja yang memberi penerangan dan memberi maklum balas kepada persoalan-persoalan yang diajukan oleh staf. Tapi Alhamdulillah pada hari ini, pada petang ini, bahagian sumber manusia mengambil inisiatif didatangkan bersekali dengan pasukan yang diketuai oleh Profesor Dr. Hisham Lee untuk yang sama-sama membangunkan komponen-komponen di dalam ELPPT yang baru yang telah pun mula digunakan sejak tahun 2019 hingga kini. Dan insyaAllah selepas pada sesi ini kriteria dan juga komponen yang akan digunakan dalam tahun 2021 ini dapat dilaksanakan. Dan sebagaimana kita tahu bahawa penilaian prestasi adalah merupakan satu aktiviti penting dalam mengurus sumber manusia, yang mana ia merupakan salah satu daripada mekanisme untuk mencapai objektif dan juga matlamat universiti sebagaimana yang dinyatakan ataupun yang digariskan di dalam program Envision UTM 2025. Dan ia juga dapat mencorakkan apakah nilai ataupun jati diri yang kita harapkan bukan hanya untuk staf akademik, tetapi juga pengurusan sumber manusia melihat bersekali dengan peranan yang dimainkan oleh rakan-rakan pentadbiran dan pelaksana. Jadi melihat kepada keperluan universiti ini dalam tahun 2020 telah pun menyusun semula tahun November tahun lepas, jawatankuasa ini telah pun disusun semula supaya kita dapat melihat penilaian prestasi dan kenaikan pangkat itu di dalam satu jawatankuasa yang selari dengan objektif universiti. Yang mana sebelum ini jawatankuasa ini terbahagi kepada dua, iaitu satu jawatankuasa kerja ataupun task force yang melihat kepada penilaian prestasi, iaitu ELPPT ataupun penilaian tahunan kita, dan satu lagi pasukan kerja ataupun task force melihat kepada laluan kerjaya yang menjurus kepada 4 track yang telah pun dimulakan. Jadi dengan adanya satu jawatankuasa ini, perkara yang sebelum ini mungkin tidak selaras perlu diselaraskan dan dapat menggunakan satu kriteria yang lebih harmoni. Jadi saya sebenarnya pada petang ini tidak ingin bercakap panjang sebab ini memberi ruang dan peluang kepada pengerusi dan juga ketua-ketua track yang ada dan juga kepada tim teknikal yang membantu dalam menyediakan kriteria penilaian prestasi ELPPT di tahun 2021 yang boleh dimanfaatkan baik di peringkat universiti dan juga bagi memudahkan rakan-rakan akademik untuk mengisi dan seterusnya dibuat penilaian dalam tujuan untuk keperluan kenaikan pangkat dan juga dalam keperluan untuk melihat prestasi setiap tahun. Jadi saya rasa itu saja sedikit luar daripada saya, dan insyaAllah semoga taklimat pada petang ini dapat memberi manfaat baik kepada universiti dan juga kepada staf akademik secara khususnya. Sekian, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dan saya serah balik kepada pengurusi majlis. Silakan Cik Razi.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih ucapkan kepada Encik Abdul Razik bin Haji Syahudin, pendaftar UTM di atas ucapan aluan sebentar tadi. Hadirin sekalian, majlis diteruskan lagi dengan sesi taklimat pengenalan ringkas penambahbaikan LPPT 2021 dan tanggungjawab pegawai yang dinilai oleh Yang Berusaha Profesor Teknologis Dr. Muhammad Hisham Lee selaku pengerusi Jawatankuasa Induk Pemantauan Penilaian Prestasi dan Peningkatan Kerjaya Staf Akademik UTM. Majlis dengan segala hormatnya dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Encik Razi. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahillazi an'ama alaina bi ni'matil Islam wa ni'matil iman. Wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Pakai slide yang satu lagi, yang barunya. Dear friends and colleagues, yang bahagia, Datuk, Profesor Madia, senior lecturers, hadirin dan hadirat yang saya hormati sekalian. Nampak ada lebih kurang 800 lebih, 800 plus participants. So I would like to thank you very much for all for coming this afternoon event. I wish everyone in good spirit and good health. May God bless us all. The purpose of today's briefing is to inform all academicians of this year annual appraisal or assessments. Okay. The briefing will cover an overview and improvement of LPPT 2021, your responsibility, and implementation schedule that finalize your marks from January. The exercise will do until April next year. So you will receive your final mark in April next year. And also, you will be briefed on each sections or each assessment component, the teaching, research, and professional practice, academic leadership, and also the community services, and how to conduct the data entry into the designated systems. So we have the 7P, RADIS, TES, LMTS, INACOMS, and others. The head of components will conduct the briefing. I would like to thank PM Dr. Azurati, PM Dr. Hayati Abdullah, Prof. Shuko Abdul Razak, PM Dr. Sharifah Said Arifin, PM Dr. Zaini Ahmad, and their respective team members for your dedications and contributions. We allocate 15 minutes for each sessions. Hopefully, we can start our Q&A sessions by 4:15 p.m. Okay, and end our briefing by 5 p.m. Inshallah. Can you go to the second slide? Razi, boleh pergi second slide? Second slide, the outline. Atas lagi, sebelum tu. Razi, siapa yang control slide? Second slide ada. Ada second slide tak? Mana second slide? You delete second slide ke? Okey, tak apa.
Di slide yang pagi
Tak apalah. You pergi timeline tadi tu? Timeline tadi. Sepatutnya ada second slide, the outline tu. Okay, anyway, tak apa. Okay, this is the so basically this slide show the timeline of progression in LPPT for more than 10 years. I think many of us have the opportunity to witness changes taken place for a good cause or reasons. To be fairer, okay, we move away from subjectivity assessment and constantly improve our assessment criteria. And to stay relevant and competitive, we take up the challenge to be a research university. So indeed, this branding gives us a competitive advantage in terms of attracting more students, provide higher quality research, and increase staff efficiency and also productivity. For effective implementations, we strengthen our online systems, the ELPPT. I think getting organized is a sign of self-respect and also promote well-being and happiness. Also, good order is the foundation for all things. So I think we are in a good track, okay, to having good systems. Throughout the journey, I received comments and feedback from friends and colleagues. I always take it positively because I can see the intention is sincere. I meant to improve our overall assessment systems. I would like to say is a fallacy, okay, to think of positive comment as condemn, okay. I think you can agree that progress in each phase add up to a significant result. That result that we witness today, okay. So you can see our genies, okay. Actually, we still have 2020s, okay, that I will include later on. Next slide, please. Yeah, this one. All right. This is the improvement slide, okay. We change the weight, okay, of teaching quality and quantity across all measuring categories for this year assessments, okay. We do that. So overall, increase in teaching quantities. This give a more balance in terms of ratio between the quality and quantity of teachings. So as you can see that we move from 2%, okay, to 10% for the first and the rest, as you can see. Next slide, please. Razi, siapa kontrol? Okay. We are recounting, okay, the final year project and the PSM and also industry attachment, the LI, in teaching quantity. So the table show the detailed calculations now. As you can see, that the maximum is 3 credits, okay, for each. Next, please. Okay. This slide shows the possible measuring categories that academic staff can choose. Mana slide dia? Okay. So as you can see that we have 7 categories of measuring. So we have the teaching, research, professional practice, academic leadership. We have the DG or the space. I don't think it's the UT and space. That's why I make some changes on that also. And transitions, and we have a special transitions. Right. I think initially we have only two categories, the major research and also the minor research. So academic staff that actually fall in these two categories, initially they use the LPPT version 1 systems. I think we plan to close these systems once everyone is out of this from these systems, right? So as you can see that from this category, we are looking forward to more academic staff joining the research measuring categories as indicated by 02 there. I think your selection is crucial to UTM because it reflects our organization's with a research university status. More academic staff opt for this research measuring can help paint the actual color of UTM's research university status. Your role are much appreciated to opt for these measurings. Okay. Next, please. Yeah. This is the this slide show the assigned weightage among components and also measuring categories. Okay. All right. I think they made some changes there. All right. So we assign the highest weightage for a component associated with the measuring categories. Okay. We make the changes back in 2020. Yeah, if not mistaken. So I hope it served the purpose well, and also can be aligned with the DCP and also MEBHE. Okay. I think just now Tuan Pendaftar also mentioned about that in terms of the alignments. Still many works need to be done, okay, in this respect. But we already corrected in terms of the weightage. Next, please. Next slide, please.
Sekejap, Prof. Dia tak gerak pula. Alright. Okay. Next. Okay.
Okay, thanks. So this is the LPPT marks calculations. Okay. So the final marks add up by two parts. Okay. The part A is the total component marks, and the part B is the personal quality marks. Okay. So basically you can use the bonus mark, okay, to top up the total component marks. Okay. If you have not achieved the maximum 90%. So if you already achieved, then you cannot go beyond. Okay. So it's capped at 90%. Next, please. Yeah, this is the, I think it should be the final slide. It's about the PYD, pegawai yang dinilai, okay, responsibility. What you need to do, you need to select a major category for LPPT. I think this you already accomplished back in August, okay. So probably the secretary will give you a briefing on this, okay, briefly, or probably not. So I think probably more in terms of the schedules, okay, implementations. The second thing, if you have done that, if not, then probably you need to consult your faculty and secretariat to rectify this issue. So if you're done, select a major category. Next thing you need to do basically is starting from now until end of this year, is enter data into the designated systems. So we have the 7P, we have the AIM systems, okay, we have the RADIS, ALTM, the TES, Innocoms, and etc. So these are all the systems. The major portion will be in 7P, okay, something related to services. you need to pay attention to the deadline announced, okay, via UTM Academic Group mailing list. From time to times, you see the announcement. Okay, please take note when you need to key in all those data. The next thing that your responsibility is you need to amend the data if they are entry mistakes. Okay, so you always need to do that. Okay, and next is the need to ensure your assessor officer, your PPP, pegawai penilai pertama, and also the PPK, pegawai penilai kedua, verify the data within the given durations. So you need to check on that. Sometimes they verify, especially probably the new one. If they verify for the first page, okay. They forget to verify for the subsequent page. So that's why you need to check, okay, to make sure if you have more than one page entry, okay. So this will be your own responsibility to ensure that the PPK doing their job fine. But I do believe that all the PPK is very competent to carry out the task given. Next. I think before I end my speech, so that one is the last one. So I would like to quote a famous saying, okay, by Albert Einstein. He mentioned that everything that can be counted, okay, does not necessarily count, and everything that counts cannot be necessarily be counted. Okay, something to be pondered. So with that, thank you very much for all your hard work and dedications throughout the year. We really appreciate it. Okay, kerana Tuhan, untuk manusia. Terima kasih semua. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Back to you, Razi.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hisham Lee, for the brief overview, improvement of LPPT 2021 and PYD responsibilities. So next, we shall proceed with briefing by the Secretariat on the guideline for choosing major and also timeline for LPPT 2021. So dipersilakan Madam Puan Nur Azhar Ismail, Senior Deputy Registrar, to proceed with the briefing.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon. Okay, untuk pagi ni, untuk tengah hari ni saya akan membentangkan berkaitan dengan jadual penilaian prestasi tahunan untuk 2021. Okay, slide saya ada dalam English and both lah English. Okay, kita terus sekarang. Okay, ini adalah brief schedule on 2021 performance appraisal process. This is a guideline for PYD, PPP and PPK. Of course, kita dah selesai untuk yang PYD. Yang first adalah on data entry, telah bermula Januari dan hingga December 2021. And then second one is major selection. Ini juga telah berlangsung, semua telah memilih major masing-masing. And then yang ketiga adalah classification review, telah berakhir juga pada 30 Ogos. Ini adalah kita ni di bawah klasifikasi mana. And then yang keempat adalah memilih penilai, review the assessor officer, juga telah berakhir pada 30 Ogos yang lepas. And then untuk mengupdate ataupun memasukkan maklumat KAI bagi pentadbir akademik yang memegang jawatan pentadbir adalah berakhir pada 30 Disember. And then untuk data verification adalah second step, yang ini adalah tindakan urustia ataupun the Secretary of Data from Radis, TES, Inocom, ALTM dan AIMS. Akan berakhir pada 30 Disember 2021 dan ada jadual masing-masing sebenarnya untuk setiap sistem berkenaan. mohon rujuk, nanti saya akan detailkan. And then yang part 3 adalah proses menilai, iaitu PPP. Pegawai penilai pertama bermula pada 5 hingga 12 Januari 2022. And then kita juga diberi masa untuk pindaan markah selepas PYD dan PPP berbincang pada 13 hingga 17 Januari 2022. Ini adalah tarikh-tarikh yang sangat penting lah. Maksudnya kita tak nak lagi isu-isu penilaian prestasi tidak dibincangkan bersama PPP. Okay, the fourth one adalah penilaian oleh PPK, pegawai penilai kedua. Tarikh menilai adalah bermula 18 hingga 25 Januari 2022. Dan yang terakhir adalah tindakan PYD juga, adalah tempoh di mana PYD boleh membuat rayuan markah pada 26 hingga 3 Februari tahun 2022. Rayuan boleh dibuat kepada PSM di PTJ masing-masing. Okey, selanjutnya. Okey, sebagaimana kita maklum, data LPPT kita adalah berdasarkan data-data daripada sistem lain. Yang pertama adalah data daripada 7P. Ini adalah report for professional services and personal qualities. And then yang kedua adalah data daripada BTSA, beban tugas staf akademik, di mana ia adalah academic staff workload dan dikendalikan oleh Jabatan Pendaftar sendirilah. And then yang kedua adalah data daripada RADIS. Of course ini adalah daripada Research and Development Information System yang diuruskan oleh RMC. And then yang kedua adalah data dari Inocom. Ini adalah berkaitan data Innovation and Commercialization Management System yang dikendalikan oleh pihak ICC. Ini mostly adalah data research dan data commercialization. Yang the third one adalah data on teaching, iaitu daripada sistem test Teaching Excellence System yang dikendalikan oleh UTM Lead. Dan yang kedua adalah data from ALTM System, Academic Leadership Talent Management System, juga dikendalikan oleh UTM Lead. Dan the third one adalah data juga berkaitan pengajaran daripada data AIMS, iaitu Academic Information Management System yang diuruskan oleh pihak AMD. Okey, selanjutnya. Ini adalah jadual pelaksanaan LPPT 2021 yang saya sebut tadi, tapi dah saya ringkaskan. Contohnya yang pertama adalah dari segi kemasukan data, memang kita sentiasa buka daripada Januari, tapi itulah selalunya di saat akhir kita nak mengelakkan lambatkan pengesahan data. Kita berharap setiap tahun untuk semua staf memasukkan data dengan lebih awal. Yang kedua adalah pemilihan major LPT. Sepatutnya habis 31 Julai tapi kita lanjutkan 18 Ogos. Ini lebih awal. Dah selesai. And then penentuan kelayakan penilaian juga telah, ini adalah tindakan PSM telah selesai. And then pemilihan klasifikasi sama ada anda berada pada LPPT version 1 ataupun version 2. Ini juga sudah berakhir. And then pegawai penilai LPPT semakkan, and then pengesahan data, dan hari ini ada tarikh akhir pemaskinian maklumat prestasi iaitu KAI macam saya sebut tadi. Okey, untuk pengesahan akhir data adalah pada 1 hingga 4, ini mengikut masing-masing punya sekretariat lah, sistem masing-masing. And then macam saya sebut tadi, tempoh penilaian pegawai penilai pertama adalah 5 hingga 12. Penilaian kedua PPK adalah 18 hingga 25. Dan ini yang lain adalah tindakan PSM, PTJ dan DSN lah. Kita tak bacakan. Okey, selanjutnya. Kemasukan data LPPT. Teruskan saya. Tak gerak. Okey, kemasukan data LPPT macam saya sebut tadi, bila 7P dia ada date-date dia sendiri. Contohnya 7P adalah 30 September, Radis juga 30 September, Radis untuk KTP pada 30 Oktober, Inocom 30 September, TES juga 30 Disember, 7P untuk KAI berakhir pada 30 Disember, ALTM pada Januari 2022 dan AIMS akan kemasukan data adalah secara sistem tarik data lah, terus kepada AIMS. Okay, selanjutnya pengesahan penilaian data ataupun penilaian data ini adalah tarikh-tarikh yang telah ditetapkan. Jadual ni kami dah masukkan juga dalam kita punya website, Staf boleh rujuk, saya tak perlu bacakan, tapi sebahagian besar sekarang ni adalah dalam tempoh pengesahan data LPPT dalam sistem. Okey, selanjutnya. Okey, perlu diingat pada tahun ini kita selalu last minute, tarikh tutup adalah misal kata pada 12 Januari, selalunya adalah pukul 12 tengah malam. Tapi mulai tahun 2021 kita dah tukar kepada 5 petang. Jadi mohon untuk semua PYD, PPP dan PPK ingat tarikh tu adalah bukan 12 malam tapi pukul 5 petang. And then tempoh ini adalah tempoh barulah untuk tahun 2021. Okey, berkaitan dengan perubahan pemilihan meja macam disebut tadi oleh Prof. Hisham, untuk kita tengok yang pertama, untuk teaching adalah available for all staff. Mulai tahun ini juga semua staff yang melebihi tempoh 6 bulan tahun 2021 lepas melampu diri, dia adalah berhak berada pada teaching track. And then untuk research juga dibenarkan tetapi dengan kebenaran fakulti ataupun dekan. Dia boleh memilih juga untuk research. And then untuk professional practice juga adalah pilihan pada staff. And then untuk academic leadership, dia hanyalah applicable untuk university appointed academic administrator only. Maksudnya hanya yang dipilih lah. And then untuk DG adalah applicable untuk UTM space lecturers only. And then untuk transition, sekali lagi diingatkan mereka akan berada pada LPPT version 1. Selalu staff confused ini adalah applicable untuk staff yang akan retired dalam tempoh 5 tahun. Kita akan buka sehingga 2023. Ini adalah optional untuk major research. Manakala special transition, kita dah tutup untuk tahun 2021. Kita akan tutup secara beransur-ansur LPPT version 1 sebab LPPT version 1 sistem tu memang sudah agak lama dan kalau kita ubah-ubah memang akan menghadapi masalah lah. Kita khawatir data-data dalam sistem berkenaan akan hilang. Okey, selalu kita bertanya apakah LPPT versus DCP. Major LPPT, track DCP. Ini adalah DCP adalah satu bentuk kumulatif, tujuan untuk naik pangkat, manakala LPPT adalah bersifat tahunan. DCP juga adalah untuk kenaikan pangkat, manakala LPPT adalah penilaian prestasi. Okey, ini overview. Staff dibenarkan bertukar meja LPPT setiap tahun dalam tempoh peralihan. Ini tahun terakhir untuk staff menukar LPPT masing-masing setiap tahun. Tetapi selepas 2021 hanya dibenarkan dalam tempoh 3 tahun. And then pemilihan meja perlu dibuat di awal tahun dan penilaian juga perlu cukup setahun. Selepas tempoh peralihan dan menggunakan meja LPPT yang sama seperti track DCP. Pentadbir akademik lantikan universiti akan dinilai menggunakan meja kepimpinan akademik sepanjang tempoh pelantikan dan semua staf tetap ataupun kontrak adalah wajib memilih meja LPPT masing-masing. Tak ada tahu. Ini adalah weightage ya, saya rasa semua aware. Ini adalah weightage untuk major komponen ya, teaching, DG, research, professional practice, academic leadership dan transition dan special transition ya. Saya rasa saya tak perlu bacakan, ini kita pun dah banyak kali dalam roadshow kita terangkan ya. Okey, seterusnya. Okey, ini saya rasa tadi Prof. Hisham dah terangkan ya. Komponen A mengandungi teaching mark, research mark, professional practice, ada leadership dan community engagement. Dia adalah komponen marks maksimum iaitu 90% dan kita ada bonus ya. Kita cap pada 90% and then kita ada personal quality marks adalah 10% So seterusnya. Okey, ini adalah panduan pemilihan meja. Saya rasa ni dah berlaku tapi secara umumlah saya sebut. Ini adalah tarikh-tarikhnya. Pemilihan meja hari itu dah dilaksanakan 18 hingga 31 Julai dan pengesahan PSM juga telah berlaku dan dekan juga telah meluluskannya pada 15 Ogos di tarikh pemilihan meja. Ini adalah panduan pemilihan ya. Macam saya sebut tadi, staf yang telah memohon naik pangkat menggunakan KPPA version 1 tapi belum ataupun telah dinaikkan pangkat, dia mesti memilih meja LPPT version 2 ya, meja LPPT. Ini tindakan adalah buat pemilihan meja LPPT version 2 di dalam sistem, ini PYD lah ya. And then staf yang akan bersara dalam tempoh 5 tahun boleh memilih untuk dinilai menggunakan version 1 atau mana-mana meja LPPT version 2. Bukan tak boleh, tadi macam saya sebut, dibenarkan juga memilih LPPT version 2. Okey, seterusnya. And then staf baru dilantik dan belum disahkan dalam perkhidmatan. Di sini staf adalah ditetapkan boleh memilih meja pengajaran iaitu dalam LPPT version 2 atau dia juga boleh memilih mana-mana LPPT version 2 sekiranya dapat memenuhi kriteria meja tersebut dengan kebenaran dekan. Ya. Perkara 4, pensyarah yang tidak mempunyai PhD ditetapkan pada meja pengajaran iaitu LPPT version 2 atau dia juga boleh memilih meja LPPT version 2 yang lain sekiranya dapat memenuhi kriteria meja tersebut dengan kebenaran dekan ataupun ketua PTJ. Okey, pensyarah space DG of course mereka akan diletakkan di bawah untuk LPPT 2 di bawah UTM DG UTM space bagaimanapun kita bagi kelonggaran juga, mereka boleh juga memilih untuk dinilai di mana-mana meja LPPT sebab kita tahu ada yang di UTM space tu juga ada PhD so tapi dengan kebenaran dekan and then untuk pentadbir akademik lantikan universiti adalah ditetapkan pada meja kepimpinan pada LPPT version 2. Dia tidak boleh memilih untuk dinilai menggunakan meja LPPT lain kecuali yang akan bersara dalam tempoh 5 tahun yang tadilah berada pada meja transisi LPPT version 1. Dan pentadbir lantikan PTJ yang tidak berallowance, dia perlu memilih mana-mana meja LPPT version 2 bukan meja kepimpinan. Okay, yang ini adalah dalam bahasa Inggeris, saya rasa sama saja. Kita dah share juga slide ni sebenarnya dalam website Jabatan Pendaftar. Nanti kita akan bagi link ni. Ini adalah antara FAQ soalan-soalan yang kerap ditanya. Ini adalah apakah, contohnya meja, apakah yang perlu dipilih jika berada pada track transisi kenaikan pangkat? Jawapannya adalah dia boleh memilih mana-mana meja LPPT version 2 yang bersesuaian kecuali bagi pentadbir akademik lantikan universiti. Dia ditetapkan perlu memilih meja kepimpinan akademik. Okey, ini soalan yang biasa juga. Bukankah kita berada dalam track transisi kenaikan pangkat boleh memilih meja LPPT transisi selama 3 tahun? Pada tahun 2020, staf yang telah memohon kenaikan pangkat sebelum 30 Mac 2019, kita ada edarkan surat pada fakulti sebenarnya, tetapi belum dinaikkan pangkat ditetapkan sebagai meja LPPT transisi. Walau bagaimanapun, mulai tahun 2021, staf dalam kategori ini perlu memilih meja LPPT version 2 juga. Sekiranya staf akan berada dalam tahun 2001 hingga 2003, staf dibenarkan memilih meja LPPT transisi. Perlu dirujuk jugalah rujuk juga kategori pemilihan meja bagi staf yang akan bersara hingga 2023. Kami akan buka sampai 2003 untuk version 1. Okey, selanjutnya. Okey, ini kita tak bacakan untuk nanti kalau ada soalan-soalan. Okey, meja transisi ini adalah soalan yang biasa kami dengar. Adakah meja LPPT transisi khas ini tidak boleh digunakan oleh staf baru? Okey, ini adalah kedatangan baru yang kita dah bawa JPU. Mulai tahun 2021, staf baru yang telah berkhidmat lebih 6 bulan dan belum disahkan dalam perkhidmatan adalah ditetapkan di bawah meja pengajaran. Walau bagaimanapun, staf boleh memilih mana-mana meja LPPT version 2 sekiranya mendapat atau memenuhi kriteria meja tersebut dengan kebenaran dekan. So ini adalah, saya rasa ni semua dah buat. So sistem ni saya pun tak nak ambil masa lama sebab saya nak bagi laluan kepada ketua-ketua track untuk membentangkan track masing-masing. Saya rasa banyak persoalan di sini yang boleh diutarakan. So itu saja daripada urus dia. Terima kasih.
Thank you so much, Puan Nur Azza Ismail, Senior Deputy Registrar, Human Resource Division, Department of Registrar, UTM, for the briefing from the Secretary of LPPT UTM. Next, I would like to invite Professor Madya, Technologist Dr. Nur Azurati binti Ahmad Alai Saleh, Head of Professional Services Component. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks, Mr. Razi. And yang berbahagia, pendaftar Encik Razif and also Prof. Hishamli, all professors and all academic staff. So my name is Azurati and today I'm going to give a short briefing about professional practice track, okay, and what are the components that to be assessed, as well as the how to key in the inputs and how we want to see in ELPPT. Next, please. Alright, tak boleh buat view ni ya, view slide.
PDF.
Ya boleh, pergi kat view.
Slideshow. Boleh ni PDF.
View boleh, slideshow. Boleh tak? Set ni, technical team. Alright. Boleh.
Dokumen ni dalam
PDF
dokumen. Betul?
Boleh sebenarnya, tapi it's okay. Alright, tak apa. Okay, saya teruskan. So I think I continue. So who are should choose this track? So I've listed 4 at least categories of academic staff who could choose these categories. The first one is the director or shareholder of spin-off companies. Right. Second is the consultation leader, who at least has 50% of their total consultation belongs to the leader. Thirdly, those who are recognized by professional bodies such as AR, IR, right, and apply their professional practice in that particular body. And last but not least, the director of COE, high COE, or UTM subsidiary company. Right, so these are the main criteria for this track. Okay, next. Okay, this is the weightage for academic for this component, professional service practice. As you can see here, half of the marks, okay, 50% is actually belongs to the activities related to your professional practice, such as consultancy, commercialization, and any subject matter experts activities. Okay, and the rest will be your teaching, the mark for teaching 10, 20, research 10, leadership 5, and also the personality and the community engagement 10 and 5. Okay, next. Right. So from the 50% from the professional practice, so this is the sub-component of the 50% marks. So based on the activities that listed here, consultation, training, other income generation, activities, commercialization, and professional practice, so you can get marks from this one of these activities, or can be combination of these components, right? So that's why we put an or here, right? So you can combine your activities and get marks from all these activities as well. Okay, next. Next. Okay, let's look at the first component, the first sub-component, consultation. So this is for the consultation leader or members. All right, so the income generation comes via consultation. So how to get the score? The leader will get 1 and member will get half. And the rest will be based on your what we call your apa yang kita panggil DS45 ni the kita panggil okay DS45 DS54 great, yes, great, sorry, great. So for example, if you are DS45, so if you get 2,000, equivalent to 1%. So just imagine how to get full marks. So you just need to time 50. So to get full marks, okay, you have to get 100,000 consultation fee. Okay, so this is based on your gross. Okay, so for the rest, 54, 1%. To get 1%, you must have 4,000. All right, and for VK, 1% equivalent to 6,000. So yeah, so the total would be 50%. And how to key in the data? Okay, as you all know, via Innocoms. So, and then will be verified by ICC. Okay, next. All right, so I'm not going to show you the detail, but I have this in this slide. So if you want to look at how to key in the data and how to see your marks in LPPT, so this is the way lah. Okay, so on the left side, how you want to see your marks in the LPPT is from the income generation, perencanaan pendapatan, dan ada perundingan. So you can see your marks there on the right side, and how do you want to key in your data through Innocom. Okay, next. All right, next, income generation through training. So the same like consultation. So the formula also the same, the score, and the data source from Innocoms, and also will be verified by ICC. Okay. Next. All right. Okay, next. Same. All right. Okay. So for other income generations, so not from training, not from consultation, so you can also get marks from other income generations. What are they? So first of all, from if you organize conference and seminar, so you get some income, right, from this organizing this conference or seminar. So you can actually key in the data in Innocoms, and you will get marks. So and other other income generations are endowment, wakaf, and also gift, hadiah, okay, hadiah, cash, assets, research resources. All right, and so the thing is, for the first, for the conference and seminar organizer, you can key in through Inocom, but endowment and gift, you have to record it using record 7P, right? And I give you the details there, penjana sumber pendapatan and so on. And then this will be verified by PPP3, and for the gift will be PPP2. Okay, next. Okay, so this is some of the guidelines, how you want to key in. Okay, next. Next. All right, next, the commercialization. All right, this is specifically for spin-off company. So if you have spin-off company, so this is the way to get marks. So you have to put all your data related to product, your sales, your royalty, your licensing, okay, to get marks for this track. And then you have to key in for this year, you have to record it using still record 7P, but inshallah next year it will be from Inocom, and the verifier will be PPP2. Okay, next. Okay. Next. Next. Okay. Amalan professional or professional practice. Right. So this is the final last components. Okay. You can also combine it with the other previous components that I explained before. So for these components, they also have some sub components. For example, if you are board of director of syarikat terbitan or syarikat, maybe next one that will be in English. I created two versions actually. Next one. Okay, so if you are board of director of subsidiary or spin-off companies, so if for each appointment you will get 10%, right? Next, top management, high COE or LPU member or management entity, also 10% for each appointment. MOA, it based on national or international, and also you are the leader or you are the member. For leader, you will get 1. For member, you will get 0.5. National, you will get 5%. International, you will get 10. All right. Okay, the next will be subject matter expert. The same, like the previous one, leader 1, member 0.5. For knowledge transfer through program, for this is under CCU. So if you get 5-star, and you are the leader, you can get 10%. All right, otherwise you will get half. Okay, if you are a member, 4-star, you get 5%, 3-star, you get 2%. So this is how you get the score. Last but not least, for the professional body, your recognition in your professional body, international or national, if you are the leader, 1 and member 0.5. So overall, okay, so you will get total 50%. And most of these data you have to key in via your 7P, record 7P. So there are some guidelines there, but only the KTP program. For KTP program, you still need to key in via RADIS. Okay, and then the verifier will be PPP3, and also they are also LPPT appraiser. Next. Okay, next. Okay. So in your 7P, there are many ways to record all this data. Okay, next. Okay, next. Yes, seterusnya. Next. Okay, next. All right, bonus. So how you want to get bonus for this track? So first from other income generation. So we have a special income generation called hospitality, or we can say a sponsorship. So you get sponsor from outsiders, sponsorship, then you can get marks also, right? And then this considered as bonus, okay? And then you have to key in, don't forget to key in this record 7P under hospitality. So this you will get marked in the bonus part. Okay. For commercialization, to get bonus, you can get bonus mark if you have a patent or IPs, copyrights, and also commercialized product. So one patent filed, you can get 10%. One registered IP, you get 2%, and for one commercialized product, you will get 10%. All right, and the patent and other IPs, you have to key in through Innocom and others from record 7P, pengkomersialan. Okay. Okay, next. All right, so this is the Innocom's guideline. So I actually am not going to explain to you, but I provide this information to you. So here we have prepared the guidelines, how to register your consultation, training, conference, seminar, if you're the organizer, leader and member registration, financial information. So so we have provided to you all this. You can maybe can go through. Yeah, you go through. Boleh tak? Next. Okay. Yeah, consultation main page and so on. So I think if you have any questions, so just wait until the Q&A. So now I give back to the host. Thank you.
Mobile dia pakai apa?
Thanks to Professor Magat, Technologist Dr. Nur Azurati binti Ahmad Laisani for the briefing on the professional services component. So we would like to invite for the next session, Professor Magat Engineer Dr. Hayati binti Abdullah, Head of Teaching Component. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you very much, Jirazi. Appreciate that. Let me just all right. Just a very quick question. Can you see my slides? Yeah?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for that response. Okay. Again, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Hayati and I'm representing the teaching component working committee for the LPPT. And this afternoon, I'm going to share a wee bit with you on the assessment for the teaching component in the LPPT. And I'm going to start first with a recap of what Prof. Hisham has shared earlier on the weightage by component. And I'm going to focus here, of course, on the teaching component. Now, as you can see here, yeah, for those who in the teaching major, the weightage would be 50 for teaching, for the teaching component. For the DG, 75. For those majoring in research, it would be 20, and professional practice, 20, and leadership, 10. Yeah, so that is the weightage, and this has not changed. This is what we have for 2020. Right. Now, however, although the weightage remains the same as in 2020, there has been some changes, or we can call it as improvement for 2021 on the marks distribution. Yeah. So as you can see here, the weightage remains 50, but for teaching quality, and if you are in the teaching major, the teaching quality is now 30 as compared to previously 38, and for the teaching quantity, it's now 10 instead of previously to be 2. Yes, so the marks distribution has changed. Okay, so for teaching, it's now 30 for quality and 10 for quantity. For the research and professional practice major, the teaching quality for teaching quality is 10, And for the quantity, teaching quantity, it's 5. For the leadership, it's 8. It's 8 in total for teaching quality and quantity, where 4 is for teaching quality and 4 for teaching quantity. Now for the DG or UTM space, the teaching quality is now 60 and the teaching quantity is 10. So these are the new distribution, marks distribution for each major. Yeah, but the weightage remains the same. Yeah, and the quantity of involvement is also the same as before. Yeah, it still remains the same. Okay, so in total, the weightage are all the same as in 2020. Okay. Now let's look into the detail of each of these components that's been assessed. So we're going to look at the 3 subcomponents, which is teaching quality, teaching quantity, and quantity of involvement in teaching and learning. This is where the marks comes being counted in the ELPPT for the teaching component. Right? For the teaching quality, the source of data is the test system. For the teaching quantity, the source of data is from AIMS. And for the quantity of involvement in teaching and learning, the source of data is from 7P. So we're going to look at each of these 3 subcomponents now. Right. First, I'm going to look at the teaching quantity. So when we talk about quantity, we're looking at the teaching credits, the number of credits being taught. That is what is related to the teaching quantity. And the source of data is, of course, from AIMS. And therefore, it is because the source of data is from AIMS, where the data or the information are being input by the faculty or the school. So therefore, it is very, very important that the school or faculty input the correct and complete data, as well as to update the course status. Because ELPPT, the system ELPPT will take the data from the AIMS. So that is why the data in the AIMS or the information in the AIMS needs to be complete and correct and accurate. Yeah. So that is for teaching quantity. The improvement that was made for 2021 based on the feedback that we received from many quarters is that in 2020, the credits for teaching PSM and LI were not counted in the quantity, teaching quantity. So for 2021, we are going to take into account the credits for industrial training and for practicum, whereby this is how it's being calculated. One student, if you have one student, then you will be given 0.5 credit. There is a capping though of 3 credits. For the final year undergraduate project or the PSM, if you supervise one student, then you will be given 1 credit, and there is a maximum or capping of 3 credits. So this is the improvement that we have done for 2021. Okay. Now, for the number of credits taught, there is the teaching bonus. This goes into the quantity of teaching as well. So the teaching bonus depends on the number of credits, teaching credits, that has exceed the norm credits. For example, if you are in the teaching major, the norm credits will be 10 to 12 credits. But if you have taught more than 10 or 12, then you are entitled to a bonus. And if you taught 13 to 15 credits. We're talking about the academic year. We're talking about the year. And that you will be given a 5 marks bonus. Now, if you taught more than 15 credits, you will be given 10 marks bonus. if you are in the research and professional practice, your major, then the norm is 6 credits. So if you're teaching 7 to 9 credits, then you are entitled to 5 marks bonus. If you teach more than 9 credits, 10 or 11 or 12 credits, then you are entitled to 10 marks. Now that is for the research and professional practice major. For the leadership major, the norm is 3 credits. So if you teach 4 to 6 credits, you will be entitled to 5 marks bonus. More than 6 credits, 10 marks bonus. And for the DG or UTM space, the norm is 20 credits. And if you teach more than that, 21 to 23 credits, then you will be given a bonus of 5 marks. Now, if you teach more than 23 credits, then you will be given 10 marks. So these are the teaching bonus for teaching credit exceeding the norm credit for each major. Okay, so I hope that is clear on the quantity of teaching. Next, we're going to go into the second assessment component, which is the teaching quality. Now here, the data, the source of data is the teaching excellence system or TESS. And the person who inputs the data for this in the test would be the academic staff themselves. So therefore, it is very, very important that the academic staff, all academic staff to input, to complete and fill up whatever the requirements are in tests. Okay. And the teaching quality part, what you will be assessed upon, these are the aspects that you will be assessed upon. This involves, firstly, the goals of students. And these are what you see in the test, in the teaching portfolio. Okay, so these are the items A1, A2, A3, A4, B2, B3, B5, C1, and C2 that will be assessed in the test. Yeah, this is what you put in. So please ensure that you put in all the information and all the evidence in tests. The teaching panel, this aspect will be evaluated by the teaching panel from the faculty or from that's been appointed in the faculty or in the school. So these are the aspects that will be assessed in the teaching quality. Of course, this is for all major teaching, research and professional practice and DG, except for academic leadership. So for academic leadership, it's a little less, yeah. So there are the B's are not there, the A's and the C's, okay. This is for the academic leadership major. If you are a teaching major, then you will have additional sub-component for teaching major. And this will also be assessed by the teaching panel. These additional aspects are looking into your participation in teaching and learning committees or task force, your involvement in supporting students' activities, your participation in teaching and learning programs, conferences, yeah, as well as the extent of teaching and learning research. And this is only applicable to the teaching major. So the teaching major will have additional aspects that will be assessed by the teaching panel. Okay, so I hope that is clear on the teaching quality. And last but not least is on the quantity of involvement in teaching and learning activities. Now, the source of data for this component that's going to be assessed and the teaching is from the 7 Ps. So again, this comes from you as the academic staff. So you will input this data in the 7 P, and it comes from 4 areas. Yeah, 4 areas. Firstly, if you go to the 7 P, I don't have a screenshot of that page, but if you go under the professional practice or khidmat professional in the 7P, you go under quantity penilibatan atau or quantity of involvement, and you select membership. This is the first area where you can get your marks from membership, being membership of committees or task force related to teaching and learning. Now, one important thing to remember is when you fill in, please select the type of committee as academic. Ya, you select jenis jawatan kuasa sebagai academic. Pilih yang ini. Ya. So examples can be if you are a member of the UTM Future Ready Educators Group, yeah, or you have been appointed by the Ministry of Education as a member of some task force or committee. So this is one source. Yeah. The other is as if you are involved in students' attributes development. If you are an academic advisor, you are also advising students' activities, student societies. So again, you will input this data in under the 7P, professional services, khidmat professional, line perkhidmatan, other services, under students' development, attributes development, and then you can fill in your role. Okay, so this is another source. These are all. So you can get marks from any of this. Yeah. And of course, the third one is the awards related to teaching and learning. This can be if you receive a teaching awards in the Citra Charisma, or you have received the Academic Advisor Award, etc., etc. That's related to teaching and learning. But this is under Anugerah. So if you go to 7P, select Anugerah or award, select Anugerah Pengajaran. Yeah, that is where you input your evidence. Now, for the last area is recognition. Again, if you took part in competition, you took part in exhibition that's related to teaching and learning, or if you received the active blended learning certificate. Yeah, so all this recognition, again, you can input them in 7P under Anugerah award. Yeah, again, choose Anugerah Pengajaran and then select Anugerah Berkaitan Pengajaran dan Pembelajaran, awards related to teaching and learning. They are all under the same category of Anugerah or award in the 7P. So this is the third part for the teaching components. Okay, so that is all I have shared with you. I welcome any questions at the end of this session. So thank you very much. Over to you, Cherazi.
Thank you so much for Professor Madia, Engineer Dr. Hayati binti Abdullah for the briefing on the teaching component. Please mute your microphone while the speaker is to invite Professor Technologist Dr. Syukur Abdul Razak, Head of Research Component. Professor, you have 15 minutes for the presentation. Please welcome.
Bismillah. Very good afternoon. Thank you very much, MC. Okay, I'll straight go to the slides for the research component. Next. Criteria. Number one is on the if we move back to the last slide, previous slide, please. Okay, let's say for postgraduate supervision, the total for the one who choose a research track and postgraduate supervision total marks is 15%, right? So this 50% coming from 7.5 from quantity and 7.5% from quality. Okay, if you look at the next slide, in order to get 7.5% for quantity for postgraduate, you must get 9.5 value, 9.5 point to get 7.5%. For quality, you must get 18 point to get 7.5%. So later on, we will see how can we get this 9.5 or 18 or more marks or value or point. In terms of research input for a professor who are in the research track, you need to get 224,000 yearly income coming from either grant, consultations or commercialization, licensing and such. And everyone in UTM must head a research grant, so must be a PI. So there is a mark for PI. If you look back from the previous slide, please. Can you go to the previous slide? For research input, for PI, for research track, 5% will be given for anyone who is a PI. For the one who are in a teaching track, if you are PI, you are automatically will be given 2%. Leadership 1%, professional track 0.5. Okay. So next. Okay. For research output, okay, we have three categories that will be assessed. Okay, everyone in UTM must write or must publish at least one index paper as corresponding or UTM first author. Okay, by doing so, automatically, if we have published one corresponding author for index paper, we will automatically be given 10 point for the research output. Okay, and then another research output coming from books or non-indexed journal or book chapter or proceedings. Okay, then for professor in research track need to get 83 points in order to get full marks for the research output in terms of quantity. In terms of quality, for professor in research track need to get at least 25 marks, 25 points to get the full marks in the research output quality. Okay, so how can we get this point? So every staff, according to grade, professor or associate professor or senior lecturer or lecturer, and depending on which track, need to achieve or obtain this particular value in order to get full marks for the required percentage according to the table in the previous slide. Okay, next. Okay, that one is for science and technology staff. For social science staff, the table is actually similar to the science and technology table for the value that need to be collected to get full marks. The only difference is that in terms of the research input, okay, instead of 224,000 for professor in this track, then for social science professor, the amount is slightly reduced to 179k, so as to the rest of the staff according to track and according to the grade. The rest remain same in terms of PI, in terms of publish as corresponding author, research output quality and such all remain same. Okay, next. Okay, this is how you can get point. Okay, for instance, in postgraduate supervision for professor, in order to get 7.5% marks for quantity, professor needs to get 9.5 value or marks, 9.5 points. So in order to get 9.5 points, let's say the staff has 2 students as main supervisor, then 2 times 2 is 4. Perhaps 3 students or as co-supervisor, and then 4 1 times 3 is 7, and then perhaps another 3 as co-supervisor or main supervisor for master by research student, another 1.5. So a combination of 2 main supervision for PhD 3 course tuition for PhD and another 3 main of course tuition for master, entitled for the professor in research track to get 9.5 points, which is equivalent to 7.5% in the quantity percentage for the total PG supervision marks. Same goes to the quality. Okay, for every PhD students graduated in the particular year, including the course supervision, then the 10 points will be given. Okay, remember in PG quality, for professor in research track, you need to obtain 18 marks, 18 points. So if you have 2 students graduated this year, then you already have 20 points. So you will receive full marks then. Okay. One of the improvement that we have made for this year ELPT is that there was a concern from staff, from academic staff in previous year that what happened if we did not graduate any students, then we will not be getting any marks for PG quality, which will be reflecting 7.5% marks gone. So this year, what we have made is that for staff with at least 1 student in PGS quantity, meaning if you have supervised at least 1 student, either as main supervisor or co-supervisor or main or co-supervisor for master student, at least 1 student you supervise for that particular year, you will be automatically awarded at least 60% of your PGS quality marks. Okay, meaning if there is no student graduating this year, you still be receiving 60% of the total marks. But the higher marks, whichever is higher. So at least no academic staff will receive zero marks. But of course, you need to supervise a student, right? At least 1. Okay. Next. This is for research input. Okay, for research input, the research input or the monetary value is coming from the amount of grant we received. Okay, and for government grant, the weightage is 1. For private grant, the weightage is 1.2. For international grant, the weightage is 1.8. Okay, for other sources of income, let's say from commercialization or from consultation, the weightage is 1. And for project leader, you will get 100% of the total value. But for the members, you will get half, 50% of the monetary value. And for members, maximum of research project that will be counted towards the total actual value for research input is limited to maximum 2 projects as member. Okay, let's say you are members of 10 research projects. Okay, only the first 2 with the highest amount will be counted towards the calculation of research input for your RI percentage. Okay. And what happens if there is spillover? If there is, if you manage to get more than the actual required amount to get full marks, so whatever extra, okay, will be used to cover for the lack of achievement in professional service component, which is capped at 5%. So later on in professional service component, there will be marks need to be achieved by research track staff. So if you do not score any marks over there, at least the total value that overflow from this research input can be used to top up whatever marks less in professional service component in that section. Okay, but it is capped at 5%. Okay, next. Yes.
In the previous slide for the supervision of the master, so does it count for both and research or only for research? Just now you mentioned about the
only for research.
Okay.
Okay. Cute.
Thank you.
Okay, for research. Yes.
Just a quick on the supervision tadi. Sorry.
If you have a graduating student already, let's say now in correction time, of course, correction time will take resubmission and then apa ni, masuk JKF and so on, and finally Senate. Would that be counted as graduating or still just normal non-graduation?
We actually read the data from GSMS and AIMS. So we believe that once you get the Senate letter, then will be counted as graduated.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So for research output, this is the calculation for research output. So for index journal, including proceedings index proceeding, for corresponding author or for first UTM author, you will get 10 point value. For members, you get 0.5, 5 points. Okay. For non-index journal, 3. For books, research book, 40. For non-research original book, 20. For book chapter, 7. For the other publication, 2. For proceedings, for each proceeding, the academic staff will receive 330 points. However, depending on how many authors who wrote the policy, the 330 points will be divided equally among all the authors. Okay. And for non-index, the point is 5. Okay. But again, this point is if you are the corresponding author or the first UTM author. If you are the co-author, the weightage will be half, 0.5. Next. Okay, this is for quality. Okay.
Excuse me, Dr. Shukur, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I'm sorry. What about digital book, EISBN? Will that be counted too?
That one will be counted as other publication.
Oh, it is under the publication. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, for research output, for research output quality section, again, if you produce Q1 or Q2 paper as correspondent or UTM first author, you will get 10 point. So for editorial board members, another 10. For WAS, 3. So the rest, you can read from this one. One thing that worth to mention here is that again, if you did not manage to publish Q1 or Q2 paper for this year, you can still get marks for this quality for research output by going to exhibitions and won the awards at international or national level. For any awards at national or international level, you get 10 point value equivalent to Q1 and Q2 paper. If you manage to get gold and national and above, also 10. For silver, 3 point value. For bronze, 1 point value. But remember, this is for exhibition or competition award at national and above level. For conference-based award and for publication-based award at international level only, you will get 1 point each, the point, right? And what happens is that if you manage to score more than the required point to get full marks for this research output quality, the overflow of the marks will benefit to cover whatever lacking in PG supervision. If PG supervision is already full, then it will overflow again to research input. And if research inputs also you already achieve full marks, then it will be counted as bonus. Okay. Okay. So let's move on to the bonus section.
Prof Shukur.
Yes.
I want to ask and maybe to provide suggestion. Last week I wrote an email to PSZ and asked them about journal impact factor and the new product of indexing by Web of Science. It's called Journal Citation Index, which sounds more holistic. This Journal Citation Index by WAS did categorize journals according to quartile as well. So maybe, but when I received the answer, the reply email from PSZ, they still mention that the categorization of quartile for journals are still based on journal impact factor and not journal citation index. So maybe I think because I think JCI is the newest product, it sounds more holistic. So maybe UTM can consider JCI on top of JIF, maybe for ELPPT and maybe for promotion as well. Thank you.
Thank you for the suggestion, Prof. We'll take note on that. We will review the suggestion accordingly, and we will discuss in task force. Prof, insyaAllah. Thank you for the suggestion.
Assalamualaikum. Anwar, Papu.
Waalaikumsalam ya, Prof.
Nak tanya sebab situ nampak Q1, Q2 kan. Kadang-kadang kita tak lepas dekat Q1, Q2 then we will send most probably dekat Q3 or Q4. Kau kat mana kedudukan Q3 and Q4? We still manage to publish but not between Q1 and Q2 but maybe Q3 or Q4. Is there any mark for that or not? Dalam this ni. Terima kasih.
Okay. Okay, for research output quantity, we count, Prof. Q3, Q4, and Scopus paper, we count as research output quantity. But for quality, we only consider Q1 and Q2 as of now. Okay, there might be a revision next year, but as of 2021, we only counted Q1 and Q2 paper in terms of quality, reflecting to what we need to achieve for MyRA. However, point taken, we will look into perhaps to expand the research output quality to consider also Q3 and Q4 with a lower currency marks. Okay, Prof?
Terima kasih, Prof. Syukur.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, Prof. Syukur tanya.
Hello, Prof. Syukur. I would like to ask, like for the exhibition competition award, it is listed national and above. So, example like INATEX, it will not be counted for anymore?
INATEX is university level, Prof.
Yeah, so that one will not contribute to any marks.
Not
am I right?
For quality, okay? Not for quality. For quantity is different case, huh? Yeah.
Prof. Syukur, shall we receive as the last question? We keep for the Q&A session.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you, Prof. And you have a very short time to finish your presentation.
One more slide, just one more slide, okay? Can we move on to, okay, this is the last one for bonus, okay? For bonus, for GOT for master by research, we'll get 5% bonus. For PhD, 10 value, okay? Quartile, bonus is percent, not value, percent, absolute percent. 5% for GOT master, 10% for GOT PhD. For quartile or PGS or award, again overflow according to the flow as mentioned just now, you know, to PGS and then to RI and then to bonus. Okay, for every patent file, 10 for research IPR like copyright and such, 2, and then for commercialized product 10, for 5-star KTP 10, 4-star 5, and 3-star 2, and then the last one for research proposal. Okay, for every research proposal that submitted to sponsor and then get rejected, you'll still be given a bonus for the effort, which is 0.33 per proposal. Okay, for the head, for the project leader. Okay, no marks for the member. Okay, only given to the head who submit the proposal and then get rejected. So if you submit many research proposals and then many of them got rejected, you can get more marks, but it is capped at 5% of the total bonus mark. And this is the only input that requires verification from the PPP2, okay? Because it is not being counted automatically. Okay, the rest that I mentioned from the beginning of my presentation until now will be counted automatically by the system. Okay, so thank you, MC. Sorry, I take more times answering questions.
Thank you so much, Professor Technologist Dr. Syukur bin Abdul Razak, for the briefing on research component. Next, I would like to invite Professor Madia Engineer Dr. Sharifah Hafizah binti Said Arifin, Head of Institutional Leadership Component. So, Prof, you have 15 minutes for the presentation. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum. A very good afternoon. Razi, can you hear me? Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum, Encik Razi and Prof. Shamuddin and all the other head of track. Next slide, please. Kalau boleh buka view, buka full view lah. Tak boleh tak apalah. It's going to be a very short one anyway. Alright, this is the weightage by component whereby leadership is compulsory for all academic administrator in UTM. And it is a portion of 50%, but it also include 10% for teaching, research and professional practices. Next slide, please. All right, for leadership component, it's quite direct, whereby you have two subcomponents, which is the quantity and the quality. The quantity takes up 10%, and the quality takes up the other 40%, whereby the quantity will include the administrative posts, and this is the data is taken from Sistem Pejawatan, and the PIC is unit governance, and the other task force and committee is what everybody has put in their ELPPT of 7 Ps, and this is the input by PYD themselves. And the quality is 2, which is your KAI, your Key Amalan Index, which you have locked with your PP3 or your immediate superior at the beginning of the year, and maybe in the middle of the year in June, and this consists of 30%, and this is input by the PYD, and it will be verified by the PP3, and the PP3 also would have to evaluate the academic administrator, which I will show later, and the components are 6 components, and this is in academic leadership talent management, and the input of ELTM is not from PYD themselves, but it is from their immediate superior. And the data is monitored by the leadership panel, and no appraisal. All right, next one, please. Next slide. All right, showing you for those who haven't seen where this ELTM is, Academic Leadership Talent Management. This is in your my.utm.my, and it is at the bottom here. You have to click here because this is a separate system from ELPPT, and for all PP3 you have to go here after you have verified everything in an ELPPT. And next slide, please. Your view will be that looks like this, and it will give you these 3 modules, and I can't really see it. The last module is on talent evaluation. So that is where you, for the immediate superior, you have to click, and it will give you this evaluation of PP3. Next one, and you will basically see who are under, who you will be evaluating. All right, what I'm showing now is the display for 2020, For 2021, I've checked yesterday, it has not been basically it's not being registered by PSM faculty or school yet. So this should be the display of when PSM faculty has done it. All right, so what this immediate superior should be evaluating is you have to click at the end here. Nilai di sinilah, year, and so on. So next slide, please. All right, these are the 6 quality component, which consists of leading change. So in leading change itself, it has several subcomponents, which is implementation of strategic vision, innovation in leaders, sensitivity to stakeholder needs. And the second one is leading talents, the ability to resolve conflicts, appreciation of diversity, teamwork, ability to manage and monitor field of work. The third component is basically driving impact. So superior needs to see whether the subordinate have driven the impact in terms of deliverables, continuous quality, ability to seize opportunity. The fourth component is managing resources. Subcomponents is effective human resources, equipment planning and procurement, usage of technology, and financial management. The fifth component in this quality of academic administrator quality is building network. That consists of networking and strategic cooperation, consultation, and external parties. The sixth component is basic competency that consists of knowledge of field of work, interpersonal skill, communication skill, the core values, and commitment to development. Next slide, please. All right, for registration and evaluation, registration for the PYD, pendaftaran PYD yang perlu dinilai oleh PP3 in ELTM. So registration for PYD that needs to be evaluated by their PP3 in Academic Leadership Talent Management starts from the 1st of December until the 31st of December 2021. And the evaluation of PP3 for their subordinates that has been registered by the PSM faculty would be starting from the 1st of January until the 14th of January 2022. And all this has been mentioned to the HR of faculty and school during our TOT session on the 8th of April and 23rd of September 2021. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Madya Engineer Dr. Sharifah Hafizah binti Said Arifin, Head of Institutional Leadership Component. Next, I would like to invite Professor Madya Engineer Dr. Zaini bin Ahmad for a briefing on the data entry for 7P Professional Services. Please welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Razi. Let me share by myself. Is it okay?
Okay, okay.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dan salam sejahtera. You have listened to 4 tracks, teaching, research, professional practice, and leadership track. For this one, is more general information about 7P data entry. I have previously this sharing session with FSSH, FS, Ahib, Pete. That's all. And then for today, I would like to share here in our mega LPPT roadshow. Okay, let me start with this. As mentioned by Prof. Hisham Lee, when we talk about LPPT is related to MyRA. So if we map LPPT with MyRA, you can see clearly that all what have been considered an LPPT will also be counted in MyRA. But within LPPT, we are not very strict compared to the MyRA. If we want to only take into account MyRA data, most of the staff LPPT mark will be much lower. Okay, that's why we don't very strict for LPPT. For instance, NDA will not be counted for MyRA, but in LPPT we still verify the data. Okay, so this one of the effort or initiative to appreciate our staff effort. Okay, I just go through very in general about the LPPT data entry. So this I believe everyone knows the step. Okay, so record 7P, and then you can see here which data should be key in by the PYD and which data will be extracted automatically from the system. Okay, this one for my part, this Khidmat professional services is very subjective compared to the teaching component, research component, professional practice and leadership. But for this one, other data for professional services is very subjective. Okay, what I'm trying to share here is what we use to ensure that the data enter is consistent and make our PPP3 life easier. Okay, this just a guideline. I cannot say that is totally accurate. Okay, it's based on how the common practice by that PTJ. Okay, okay. Let's see here for quantity penglibatan. Here I use a Malay word because in the system only use a Malay word. Okay, I just list down here. I'm not going to go one by one. So we have quantity penglibatan. I'll show later the details later. We have a badan professional and what is the roles and what's the level is. Okay, memorandum of understanding, memorandum of agreement, line-line perkhidmatan, line-line perkhidmatan pengiktirafan aktiviti akademik. This the most role appear here. Line-line perkhidmatan penglibatan aktiviti akademik. Okay, this one what have been told by IR Hayati just now. You have to use the right jenis jawatan kuasa, whether academic or academic teaching and learning. Okay, and then another one is keusahawanan organisasi. Okay, from those data, I would like to share here some important note. Okay, for each component or each data, you have to provide the attachment. Without attachment, lampiran, the data will not be verified. Okay, that's what the implement, what we have been implement by us. You need to have attachment. This to show that the integrity of the PPP3 and the integrity of the PYD. The second one is please avoid data entry in multiple components. Choose a suitable and appropriate one. We found that some staff include one data, one professional services into multiple data. Please avoid this. Just choose the most suitable and appropriate one. And then weightage rubric also is according to the position grade, whether DS45, DS52, DS54 on VK7 and so on. Okay, because some staff they complain because why we are the same task force but this guy got different answer. Maybe he's a DS52 but the other guys is DS54. Sometimes some of the data is depend on the position of the grid. And the weightage rubric also depend on the involvement level, whether it's appointed by the faculty, appointed by university, by national or international. This one also will affect the marks obtained. Okay, another thing, please ensure all available professional services appointment to be included even the marks already overflow. This also another concern. Some of the staff, they said they already have a lot of mark or a lot of data to be included in professional services. But don't worry, just include all the available data because all the data will be taken into account for your BTSA purposes. Okay, here I give you some guideline. Okay, if the appointment is involved jawatan kuasa of task force, just use this guideline. You choose a quantity pelibatan dan keanggotaan dalam jawatan kuasa, and then choose the role, whether the chair or the member of the task force or committee. Whatever I give example, just a few example here. It could be other jawatan kuasa. Some of the staff asking about jawatan kuasa pengajian IPT, you can put here rather than you put in other line-line perkhidmatan. Okay, and so on. Badan profesional, MOU, MOA, lain-lain perkhidmatan, persatuan kelab dan sebagainya. Okay, for example, penasihat akademik, you can put in lain-lain perkhidmatan under pembangunan sasiah pelajar, and then peranan is penasihat akademik. Because some of the staff, they didn't follow this rule accordingly. If you follow this rule accordingly, so it make our life easier to verify the data. For example, some of us, they put penasihat akademik as a pakar rujuk profesional. So it doesn't suit the role that's stated in the system. Because in the system, we already have a penasihat akademik, so better you choose a penasihat akademik. Like say penasihat persatuan pelajar, you can choose role as penasihat persatuan aktiviti pelajar. Juri aktiviti pelajar, you can use penglibatan aktiviti pelajar. For me, if any activity that related to the student activity, you can choose lain-lain perkhidmatan pembangunan sasiah pelajar, penglibatan aktiviti pelajar. Okay, and then pembentang kertas kerja persidangan, we have the role here pembentang. And then pembentang kertas kerja persidangan poster, we have a pembentang poster. So please choose the correct role. And so on. Okay, for the reviewer, we have a reviewer berindeks ISI. So you choose role penilai jurnal berindeks ISI. Because some of the staff, they choose that's only reviewer for the conference, but the role he or she chose penilai jurnal berindeks ISI, so it doesn't suit the activity staff. So please choose the correct one. If this happen, the data will not be verified because it will give you different weightage. And then a lot of question also asking about pengerusi penilai projek sarjana. In our case, our normal practice, we use penilai akademik rather than internal examiner or external examiner. Okay, pengerusi penilai PSM, also we put here penilai akademik rather than pengerusi viva. Okay, and then and because for the external examiner, there is a role there. You can use that one, pemeriksa luar tesis, sarjana dan PhD. And internal examiner also, there is a specific role available in the system. Okay, I just go through. Okay, for any penyampai taklimat, sharing session or everything, I would suggest to put pengembangan dan penyebaran ilmu. Okay, this I just share here in general for the distribution of mark for LPPT version 2.0. I take example for major research. So you can see here for pengajaran 20%, where from which the data will be extracted from. So as explained before, by the other presenters from the previous track. So you can see here. So for penyelidikan, you can see here. So overflow for penyelidikan will happen from research output. The flow is research output to research PGS, from PGS to research input. So that's the flow. When the research input also already full, and then it will overflow to bonus. Okay, this for kepimpinan akademik, where the data will be extracted from, which data. Amalan professional, I think this one what has been told by Prof. Shuko just now, it will be counted, its overflow will be counted here for 5 mark. Amalan professional. And then perundingan and latihan will be extracted from Inocom that has been presented by Dr. Azurati. Okay, so if you don't have data in Inocom, there is no mark will be given here. Okay, and then penglibatan community, you can see as listed here. I'm not going to read every single thing here. Okay, and then the bonus also have been as presented by the previous presenter, as stated here. Okay, and then for the quality pribadi, you can see here, because it's 10% is very, very important, because this 10% will determine whether you will obtain 100% or not. Because for version 2, the capping will cap at 90%. Okay, when PPP3 give you mark, let's say the PP3 give you mark 10%, you will obtain in the system, you will refer to the system, you see 5 mark. Okay, because the formula is PPP3 plus PPK divided by 2. Because some of the staff, when he said 5 mark, he get angry and they say, why you give me only 5 mark? Because at that time, PPK have not yet given the mark. So when PPK also have given the mark, so 10 plus 10 divided by 2, and then you will get 10. I have to clarify this because I receive a lot of comment from the PYD. Okay, this I just briefly shows the difference between version 2 and version 1.0. Obviously, version 1.0 is more straightforward for professional services. You can see here, it's a 25% will be carried in this session. For version 2.0 is a bit tricky because there are various components need to be fulfilled. I think that's all from me. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Over to you back, Encik Radhi.
Thank you so much, Professor Madya Engineer Dr. Zaini bin Ahmad, for the briefing on the data entry for 7P Professional Services. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the Q&A session. So there's part of the question that had been answered in the chatting platform. So now we are open for the Q&A session, please.
Assalamualaikum, Dr. Zaini. Yes, I have a simple question.
Usman.
Yes, my question is that if I have, let's say, appointment of Jawatan Kuasa, and that goes from June 2021 until May 2022. Okay, so it goes over the year. So when I fill up in ELPPT, should I go all the way to May 2022 when I fill up in ELPPT? And for the next year, do I have to fill up again, or the system knows that it covers the next year also, so I don't have to fill up twice?
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Usman. I noticed that 2 years ago, when you put the data from the current years to the subsequent years, the data we strictly extract for the upcoming years. But for this one, I'm not sure for the current system whether it will extract the data for the subsequent years or not. But normally for me, we can put 2022, just if the data is not extracted, you have to include again. Maybe we need to confirm with a technical regarding this. If we have a technical here.
Normally I
other
fill up
committee members?
from June until December, and then next year I'll fill up from January until May for the same appointment. But can I do all the way? That's what I mean. Thank you.
I think you can do all the way until 2022, the 1 year period. The issue is I'm not sure whether the system will extract or not. Last 2 years, yes, the data will be extracted automatically. That's why I'm not sure about this. Maybe anyone else can try to confirm this. We have technical here. Anyone?
Ada kot.
Prof, if I may, I'm Zuraida. Yes, I've got a question to ask. It's me. Okay, I start a video. Yes, it's me. I'm there.
Okay, Prof Zuraida.
I've got a question to ask. Sorry. Zuraida, yes, I'm sorry. Is it just now I saw that you've got international policy, which you give quite a lot of marks, but I don't see any for national policy. Is that not considered?
There is a for national level, Prof.
Yes.
They have faculty, university, national.
Sorry.
They have.
Yes. Because I'm new, so I need to. I don't know where to put. If for example you've got national policy, where should you put it? And do we put up the document as well? So
You have in the system we have a faculty level, university level, national level, and international level.
Okay.
Let's say jawatan kuasa committee, you become a jawatan kuasa pengajian for example. Then you can choose as national level.
What I'm saying is that if it's a policy document that you produce, you write a policy document.
Policy document.
Policy document, because what I saw is international. Haven't seen the national. So if you write a policy document,
Okay, Prof Zaida, if you can assist me.
I believe Dr. Zaini is covering in terms of appointment as a committee members. Involved in policy development. But however, if you develop a policy, then you can claim under RADIS, under publication, and the mark is higher because memang tinggilah Prof, you just register in RADIS, upload the policy, and then the RADIS committee will endorse it, and the marks is, if I'm not mistaken, might be Prof Syukur can actually assist me in terms of dia punya marks kan. I think policy is higher lah dia punya marks. So you can claim both. The policy itself can claim as a publication, and as a committee members that you involve in developing the policy, then you can claim under yang PM Dr. Zaini mention.
That really helps. Thank you.
Prof Zuraida. Anyway, congratulations for your top 25.
Terima kasih, Prof. Yeah, I hope I get marks for that.
Definitely.
You will under award.
You will get mark for that.
Terima kasih. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I think just now Dr. Zaini tadi ada soalan yang I think asked by siapa tu tadi? Is about what? Is something like they key in the date. Apa tadi? Saya pun tak berapa catch.
Okay. Dr. Usman's question. Maybe Prof can he said the appointment is, let's say, from June 2021 till May 2022.
Okay.
So in the system, if he entered June 2021, should he enter June 2021 until June 2022 or June 2021 until December 2021?
Okay. This one need to be confirmed by the technical. That's why I said. Last time, if I'm not mistaken, for the ELPPT version 1, yes, you can key into the last date that you will be appointed, although it's a cross year. And automatically in the following year, the appointment letter, the appendix and everything will be appear lah in the following years.
Yeah.
But for version 2, I need to test it first. Okay. I still macam tak berapa clear sama ada it will continue, will be appear as 2022 nanti or not. Saya kena confirmkan balik sebab kena check.
Assalamualaikum Prof.
Aha.
So for the
Elmi is here.
okay, it should be can be done and calculate by the cross the year by the end of the date.
Okay. So it will be there, although when you choose, I think the appointment still might be July 2022. So in 2022 ELPPT, it will be there, isn't it?
Yes, it should be. It should be like that.
But please recheck lah.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, Encik Elmi, let's say we also receive a lot of questions about this. Let's say you become a professional membership for life. And then you put, let's say, August 2021 until August 2045, let's say. That should be okay, yeah? So it will be extracted automatically every year.
It should be like that, but for my personal opinion, maybe we can have some of policies based on the certain date or year.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you, Encik Elmi.
Hello. Hello.
What was the answer just now?
Hello.
It will be for life.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm Professor Siv. Yeah, I'm Professor Siv from Physics Department, Faculty of Science. I have a question, naive question, that suppose someone become top 2% researcher from Malaysia, and it is surveyed by Stanford University. What kind of mark RMC gives into that? And I have no clue. Last year I was among those recipients, but whether I received any marks or not, I have no clue. How do you do that? Maybe Prof. Sukur can answer this question.
Prof. Sid, if you look at the presentation just now, there are marks of research output, which is including awards and recognition, right? So top 2% is considered as award, international award. So you get 10 marks, 10 points for that if you register and then verify about your PPP.
I do not know. I didn't have any clue. Although I never worried about LPPT marks because half of the thing I could not feel because of Malaysian system, and many things do not appear in English. If you kindly look into the English version also, sometime it would be helpful. Thank you so much.
Noted, Prof.
Assalamualaikum, Sharifah sini. I want to ask, dalam ELPPT ada satu komponen bahagian penilaian umum, anugerah. Tapi anugerah tu anugerah untuk kualiti. Dan dalam tu kalau kita tengok ada anugerah darjah kebesaran, APC and so on lah. Cuma saya tengok markah tu macam dia wajib dapat 2 point dan dia tak boleh overflow daripada penilaian umum bahagian lain macam penglibatan komuniti and so on. So saya just wonder adakah wajib untuk kita dapat anugerah berkaitan komuniti 2 setiap tahun ataupun sebenarnya benda tu sepatutnya boleh overflow dengan komponen lain. Terima kasih. Sebab biasanya kita go for MTE macam tu kan, anugerah penyelidikan, tapi yang ni anugerah komuniti.
Prof. Sharifah, about the overflow, let me share my slide for a while. Prof. Sharifah, can you see my slide?
Ya, boleh.
You are referring to this,
Betul. Yang dua tu memang wajib setiap tahun dua. APC sebab macam tu, macam APC kita tak dapat setiap tahun kan. Dia ada every 3 years sekali dan kadang-kadang dia ikut giliran kan. Lain-lain tu macam darjah kebesaran semua tu mungkin kita dapat once in our lifetime ya. Saya
Mungkin
just
juga
wonder macam mana nak dapat dua setiap tahun.
darjah kebesaran ni mungkin juga tak dapat langsung.
Tu ya.
Okay. As far as I know, yes. Because sometimes we can extract the data from lain-lain penghargaan, anugerah perkhidmatan kecemerlangan, anugerah dalam bidang kemasyarakatan. Just to confirm with technical whether there is any overflow happen here. That's one I'm not sure. Encik Helmi, can you confirm this?
Sebab dia tak overflow dari kuantiti penglibatan. Contohnya kuantiti penglibatan tu dah lebihan. Tapi anugerah, tapi dia cap dekat 3 yang kuantiti tu. Jadi anugerah tu kena dapat 2 juga. Kalau tak kita tak dapat penuh 5 markah untuk pendapatan komuniti.
As far as I know, like that. That's why I said version 2 a bit tricky. Because there are some the objective for each component. Technical can confirm any overflow for this section from other section or from this individual section. Any technical answer?
Okay, Prof. Let me check with my team. Maybe I can answer this question after this.
Okay, thank you Encik Helmi.
Terima kasih.
Dr. Zaini, sepatutnya bukan teknikal yang jawab, kita yang buat polisi. Sepatutnya kita yang tahu sama ada benda tu ada tak tempat lain. Teknikal memang teknikal lah. Yang tadi teknikal okey, yang ni anugerah tu adakah semua orang kena?
Ni ya.
Tapi macam impossible untuk dapat semua orang dapat tu lah.
So, as far as I know, there is no overflow from anywhere.
Assalamualaikum. Okay, untuk yang soalan tadi berkaitan dengan anugerah, tiada overflow. Overflow hanya yang tadi yang Dr. Zaini explain sahaja. Yang daripada penyeliaan yang tadilah yang Dr. explain.
This one lah?
Yang ini betul.
Untuk research component overflow?
Ya.
So nampaknya memang tak ada overflow as I understood before lah. Cuma yang ni Encik Rahman, Dr. Rahman dan lain-lain yang bertanya, maybe that's one we can put some penghargaan, lain-lain penghargaan here. And then darjah kebesaran ni memang sukar untuk diperolehi lah. Tapi anugerah khidmat cemerlang, lain-lain penghargaan will be counted here. Yang ni yang saya cakap tadi, lain-lain penghargaan ni kadang-kadang staff they include quite everything yang related to penghargaan. If we verify this data, insyaAllah it will be counted here.
Jadi maksudnya kalau kita dapat contohnya kita dapat MTE ke pameran ke ataupun anugerah pengajaran, kita boleh letak kat sini ke? Kat lain-lain penghargaan. Maksudnya kita letak 2 kali sebab dia dah counted di bahagian pengajaran dan penyelidikan output ada anugerah kan, anugerah untuk pameran semua tu. Tapi untuk komuniti ni maksudnya kita kena input 2 kali ke?
Kalau ikut
lain-lain ni maksudnya
kalau ikut yang statement saya tadi tu macam kita tak nak redundancy data lah. Kalau Prof Sharifah dah include dalam anugerah related to academic, you should not declare that the same award again. Maybe this one from other penghargaan dan sebagainya lah.
Tapi Prof Zaini, mungkin cadangan macam elok diadakan benda tu sebagai sebagai overflow, because not everybody can get anugerah kan. So mungkin ini dia boleh dibawa di dalam task force supaya ada overflow daripada kuantiti. Jadi anugerah ni tak semua orang, kalau ikut pada ini anugerah ni kebesaran. Jadi kalau you datuk, jadi kalau dapat datuk sekali, adakah dia akan berterusan dapat datuk ni?
Tak ada.
Prof, kalau saya boleh respon Prof, bila kita letakkan anugerah tu, lain-lain penghargaan pun boleh. Contohnya siapa yang memperolehi CJ Blended Learning, Kreatifan Blended Learning, itu pun dikira. Any anugerah lah, mana-mana anugerah. Cuma kalau anugerah tu anugerah macam darjah kebesaran, memang besar lah anugerah tu. Tapi any anugerah.
Anugerah tu kalau tahun tu dapat, tahun tu je lah dapat. Lepas tu tak, bukan selama kita pegang datuk, tak pegang datuk kira.
Betul, Prof. Okey, betul, Prof. Cuma anugerah, cuba tengok anugerah yang last kali kategori. Lain-lain penghargaan.
Lain penghargaan tu kalau kita ada, memang kalau ada lah. Kalau tak ada, memang tak ada lah.
Jangan aim. Tapi memang agak bukanlah saya kata mudah nak dapat, tapi peluang nak dapat tu ada sebab any anugerah, competition yang dimasuk. Jadi boleh dikira. Sebab itu tak ada overflow. Prof?
Tak, sebab tadi kata tak boleh double counting kan, sebab kita dah declare yang blended learning punya sijil tu kat bahagian pengajaran punya anugerah.
Saya rasa CJ Blended Learning tu patut diklaim di sini lah.
Dekat sini.
Tak claim di sana lah. Claim di sini, di bawah anugerah.
Okay, alright. Noted, thanks.
Assalamualaikum Prof Zaidah.
Tak boleh double claim, betul Prof. Tapi claim di sini lah kalau tahun tu tak ada anugerah yang lain. Okay.
Assalamualaikum Prof Zaidah. Apa-apa?
Ya, saya Prof.
Nak tanya, macam Prof punya fakulti, saya salute lah. Ada anugerah fakulti kan?
Betul.
Jadi itu boleh diambil kira lah. Macam kami pun dah FABU tahun lepas dah mula. Okay. Contohnya dia ada menang mungkin antara staf dekat FABU, contohnya dia yang terbanyak buat buat penerbitan jurnal. Tapi peringkat Citra Karisma ni dia tak layak lah. Tapi dia di peringkat fakulti ada buat anugerah. Boleh tak anugerah itu dimasukkan dalam LPPT tu? Terima kasih.
Di peringkat fakulti lah Prof, anugerah tu. Boleh, kan ada pilihan anugerah tu di peringkat kebangsaan, di peringkat universiti, di peringkat antarabangsa. Jadi claim di situ di bawah peringkat fakulti. Dan saya yakin bila fakulti buat anugerah, memang adalah pemilihan dia, bukan saja buat pemberian anugerah.
Terima kasih Prof.
Sama.
Assalamualaikum. Saya nak tanya ni berkenaan dengan teknikal sikit. Nurul Akmal. Boleh dengar ke?
Boleh. Loud and clear.
Okey. Dalam 7P, contohnya lah saya masukkan data anugerah penyelidikan. Lepas tu dekat dalam LPPT, dia duduk dekat anugerah berasaskan persidangan. Dia tak duduk dekat anugerah pameran ke macam tu. Which totally to me is different lah kan. Macam mana teknikal mengassignkan bila kita masuk anugerah ni dekat 7P tu, macam mana dia masukkan dekat tab LPPT tu?
Prof Zaidah nak menjawab ke? Lari first slide.
Boleh repeat balik tak? Sebab cerita dia masuk anugerah macam mana?
Okay, contohnya kita masuk MTE kan? Dia exhibition. So kita dapat goal lah contoh. So kita letak dekat anugerah penyelidikan, betul tak?
Betul.
Okay, tapi bila saya buka sistem LPPT saya, dia tak letak dekat anugerah pameran tau. Markah tu pergi dekat anugerah berasaskan persidangan. Anugerah pameran saya kosong.
Okey, yang ini saya
sedangkan bila saya tengok skala markah, anugerah pameran lagi besar daripada anugerah persidangan tu. Besar sikit lah, tak besar banyak pun.
Okey, yang ini saya kena tanya teknikal lah sebab mungkin ditarik data itu lain. Cuma saya rasa teknikal nak jawab sekarang pun agak sukar. Boleh tak nanti doktor capture screen ke dan emailkan pada pihak BSM, dia akan tengok sebab mengapa dia berlaku clash masuk kepada kategori lain.
Okay, thank you Prof. InsyaAllah.
Jadi sebab apabila kes-kes begini nak jawab pun saya rasa teknikal agak sukar nak jawab sebab dia nak kena tengok dulu data itu dengan nombor siri dia, baru dia nampak sebenarnya kesilapan di mana. Sebab terlalu banyak fail kan dalam 7P tu.
Betul.
Ya.
Thank you Prof Zaidah.
Dr. Zaini dan semua lah saya nak tanya. Kalau boleh rujuk pada Dr. Syukur, berkenaan dengan RI, research input tadi, kita nampak purata seorang daripada 45 tu kena dapat 100,000 setahun.
Okay, kalau kesan tadi daripada slide tadi. So, adakah dia imply untuk sains teknologi dan sains sosial? Sama saja. Sebab kalau 100,000 setahun, research input tu, kita darat dengan kita ada 1,000 orang, kita dapat bilion tu, UTM dapat. Semua orang dapat tu.
Terima kasih. Kalau kita lihat, memang ada perbezaan antara ST dengan SS lah. Jadual tadi saya dah share. Kalau kita cakap seorang katakanlah Profesor Mahdia dalam bidang research 184,000 untuk SNT, tapi kalau untuk SS hanyalah 139 dan RI ini adalah bukan sahaja research grant doktor, dia juga adalah termasuk commercialization dan juga consultation. Jadi kita memang perlukan berjuta-juta bukan sikit kalau kita kumpulkan kita punya pendapatan tu memang banyak lah kita minta. That's why kita dah calculate per capita ni sebenarnya ikut staff punya based on berapa kita capai minimum untuk Maira.
Okay, kita maklum lah, tapi pada pandangan saya 100,000 tu untuk setahun, total up tu termasuklah kalau member mungkin boleh dapat lah, tapi kalau nak jadi PI is very difficult lah. Itu just my concern lah. Okay, terima kasih atas yang ST dengan sains sosial tadi. Okay, terima kasih Dr. Prof. Syukur.
Okay. Tapi research input tu tadi memang termasuk members members, tapi kita cap dekat 2 saja yang tertinggi.
Assalamualaikum. Can you hear me? Dr. Sarajul daripada UTN Space Kuala Lumpur. Dia ada 2 benda. Satu,
suara slow sikit lah.
Suara slow, okey.
Suara jauh.
Saya dengar tak? Boleh dengar?
Okey, dengar.
Okey, satu daripada presentation PM Dr. Zaini tadi, saya rasa dah pun kita faham. Cuma nak minta check yang Redis 2.0 tu dari segi external examiner PhD dengan master dalam sistem agak lain. Yang jadual daripada Dr. Zaini tu dah betul, saya rasa dah elok dah. Cuma cuba check sistem untuk internal examiner PhD dengan sarjana. Okey, itu yang pertama lah. Okey. External dah betul, external examiner dah betul. Yang kedua, dari segi saya di UTN Space, UTN Space kita adalah macam PMO, Project Management Office. Banyak kita guna tenaga pengajar daripada ataupun expert daripada fakulti. Cuma bila lantikan untuk katalah facilitator, tenaga pengajar daripada fakulti ni tidak dikira dalam ELPPT. Terutamanya dalam musim online sekarang ni, saya rasa ramai kita gunakan tenaga pengajar daripada fakulti dan sumbangannya adalah sama sahaja. Sebagai contohnya dari kerajaan negeri, okey, daripada UEM, daripada mana-mana agensi, sumbangan tenaga pengajar adalah sama sahaja, tetapi disebabkan lantikan UTN Space tak dikira dalam ELPPT. Itu cadangan saya lah untuk expert ke ataupun facilitator diambil kira. Okey, terima kasih.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Boleh saya bertanya? Hello.
Prof. Syarul Lai, kalau boleh kita nak jawab soalan daripada
Okey, silakan.
Prof. Syarajul tadi dulu.
Okey.
Kalau soalan pertama tadi berkenaan dengan technical issue tu, apa yang saya letakkan dalam slide saya tu based on the current system, I'm not really sure. Maybe there are other slightly different because the system is from time to time they upgrading the system. Inshallah Dr. Hajo, we will double check again, but it should be like what I input in my slide just now. Question number 2 berkenaan dengan lantikan space. Amalan kita normally di peringkat sekolah juga, kita tidak verify any data yang melibatkan lantikan daripada space, memandangkan lantikan penyelaras space dan sebagainya, kerana lantikan-lantikan ini adalah berbayar dan dia ada separate bayaran. Itu yang kita dipahamkan lah. Saya tak pasti di sekolah dan fakulti lain.
Sebab saya macam ni Dr. Zaini, sebabnya sama dari segi dia punya klien ataupun dia punya daripada luar pengiktirafan sama sahaja daripada kerajaan negeri, peringkat kebangsaan, daripada IEM dan sebagainya. Tetapi untuk kita kalau space keluar surat tak dikira. Dari segi kepakaran adalah kepakaran sama. Bagi contohnya online, bayaran dia orang tak akan buat bayaran sekarang ni, okey? Ataupun bayaran adalah minimum sahaja. Untuk token sahaja dia bagi. Cuma bila UTM Space bagi ataupun keluarkan surat tak dikira. Itu yang saya rasa merugikan staf lah. Itu. Terima kasih.
Kalau saya boleh respon sebab saya ada staff yang begini di Kuala Lumpur, sekiranya memang walaupun space memang keluar surat tetapi tak ada bayaran Dr. Sarajul, kita kira sebagai kredit dalam ELPPT. Yang penting tiada bayaran dan kelas itu berlaku di weekdays lah. Kalau ada bayaran, biasanya kalau space ada bayaran memang tidak dikira sebagai kredit pengajaran lah dari dululah. Cuma bila PM Dr. Sarajul dinyatakan mungkin bayaran tu tidak penuh, yang itu kita boleh runding nantilah kemudian sebagai honorarium. Mungkin boleh dipertimbangkan sebagai sebahagian beban kredit kuliah.
Ya. Sebab benda sama ni Prof, benda sama daripada agensi yang sama, tempat yang sama, cuma sekarang ni online ni biasanya dia bagi honorarium lah, yang sikit saja honorarium online.
Itu sebab perkembangan terkini Dr. Sarajul, sebab itu sebelum ni kita tak pernah buatkan honorarium sahaja untuk mengajar online. Yang ini saya rasa tahun ni mungkin tak sempat lah untuk kita buat, tapi tahun depan saya rasa boleh dipertimbangkan. Tim kami akan ambil maklum sekiranya berterusan pengajaran space online hanya dibayar honorarium, jumlah tu nanti kita lihat.
Bukan pengajaran space ni Prof, yang ni yang macam katakanlah IEM dia jemput sebagai pakar bidang, katakanlah kerajaan negeri Sarawak dijemput sebagai penceramah.
Penceramah ke mengajar kuliah?
Penceramah, tenaga pakar semua biasanya dia akan jemput lah daripada kerajaan negeri, daripada agensi luar.
Itu
Tapi kita guna tenaga pakar tu daripada fakulti, bukan daripada UTM Space. Sebab banyak tenaga pakar kita daripada fakulti.
Bukan itu masuk dalam khidmat profesional ke?
Khidmat profesional, khidmat profesional.
Kira lah masuk dalam khidmat profesional.
Masih tak dikira sekarang ni, betul tak?
Saya rasa kira daripada dulu kalau khidmat profesional. Setahu saya lah. Cuma khidmat profesional ni semua orang tahu kan. Semua dimasukkan di situ. Seperti mana yang Dr. Zaini tunjukkan tadi. Maka dia memang tak banyak lah sebenarnya.
Okay.
Saya ingatkan pengajaran kuliah yang macam saya ada staff di Kuala Lumpur yang mengajar,
bukan.
Itu dikira sebagai beban kredit.
Dr. Saleh ya, boleh saya respond to your question tadi?
Okay, silakan.
Okay. Dia gini, I think yang you tanya tadi dia punya data tu dia tak masuk dalam Teams ya. Masuk tak? Ada kod, ada apa yang dimasukkan ke dalam Teams?
Bukan Teams, ini ELPPT.
Tahu. Sebab sumber apa benda tu, dia akan datang daripada baseline data. Baseline data tu datang daripada IMS, dalam konteks space dia datang daripada Teams. Jadi, dia masuk tak dalam tu? Kalau dia tak masuk, dia tak boleh nak capture.
Yang ni professional services, Prof. Professional services.
Yalah, dia masuk kat mana-mana tak? Kalau tak, dia tak, selagi dia tak boleh di-retrieve, misalnya dia memberikan consultation kepada kerajaan Sarawak misalnya. Kalau data tu tak boleh nak capture, kita nak tangkap kat mana? Jadi we have to find ways. Saya rasa yes, you are right. Apabila macam itu, maka mereka tu deserve to be appreciated. Betul kan? Tetapi we have to find ways meletakkan data tu supaya menjadi retrievable. Kemudian kita boleh count lah.
Saya setuju.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Prof. Saleh sikit tambahan ni, Razik ni nak update sikit tentang yang tim tadi tu dan juga untuk Dr. Sarajul. Yang bila Prof. Saleh nyatakan tentang Teams tu adalah merupakan rekod akademik program pengajian separuh masa. Yang mana yang Dr. Sarajul cerita ni tentang khidmat profesional, dia berbeza. That's why dia tak di-capture dalam Teams. Itu yang saya boleh beri sedikit pencerahan lah tentang bila Prof. Saleh tanya tentang Teams tadi tu. Teams tu super macam sistem games di UTM. Dia tak capture yang program-program profesional ni, dia memang tak capture. Okay, sedikit pencerahan lah kaitan dengan tanyaan Prof. Salih tadi tu, capture tak capture dalam Teams.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Allah.
Saya Syahrul daripada Mechanical. Saya cuba nak
Tanya pada Prof. Zaida
cadangkan.
ke?
Boleh tanya Prof. Zaida lah kot. Dah lama tak bertanya dengan Prof. Zaida.
Apa dia? Boleh saya bantu Prof? Apa dia?
Saya cuma nak cadangkan wire lah daripada LPPT tu. Saya cadangkan kita reversekan sikit. Contohnya, kalau ada di antara kita dilantik menjadi katakan internal examiner, ada dilantik menjadi latihan industri ke, semua sekali kan lantikan tu sepatutnya pihak sekolah dah tahu lantikan tu daripada sekolah. Jadi wire tu kita reverse kan, seolah-olah lantikan tu pergi dulu ke ELPPT, then siapa yang dilantik tu dapat email pemberitahuan. Contohnya, tahniah kepada sipulan-sipulan kerana telah menjalankan tugas sebagai internal examiner PhD. Sumbangan anda direkodkan dalam ELPPT. Sekarang ini markah ELPPT anda 75 naik 0.7 katakan, daripada 60 pada 60.7. Jadi kami tak payah isi setiap akhir tahun. Kita reversekan wire tu. Instead of wire tu daripada sekolah beri kepada pensyarah key in balik. Pada saya dia terbalik. Kita dah IR 4.0 kan. Jadi saya rasa kita terbalikkan wire tu. Daripada wire sekolah, kita plug in ke ELPPT. Wire LPPT tu pun kita berikan kepada user. Macam mana Prof? Okey tak?
Sebenarnya Dr. Prof. Syarul, saya rasa cadangan ni ini saya menjawab sebagai PYD lah, sebagai PYD. Saya pun PYD juga. Saya rasa dulu memang kita ada cadangkan di pihak BSM, tapi saya rasa dalam perancangan pihak pejabat mendaftar, sebenarnya kalau boleh kita satu UTM ni semua surat lantikan dalaman yang kita buat berpusat kepada satu sistem yang jelas kategori ELPPT dia apa, supaya tidak perlu PYD key in dan tidak perlu berlaku pengesahan pada PPP 3. Sebenarnya sebagai PYD dulu saya dah mencadangkan benda ni lah. Tapi saya rasa dalam perancangan, saya rasa Puan Azizah, dalam perancangan yang kita akan buat, dan betul you cakap tu tadi, tak perlulah bagi surat tu, berarti daripada sistem tu sendiri yang direkodkan automatik. Jadi apa yang perlu dimasukkan oleh PYD hanyalah perkara-perkara lantikan luar sahaja. Jadi benda tu saya rasa saya sebagai PYD pernah mencadangkan, insyaAllah dalam pipeline Prof. Syarul yang Syarul Lail yang kita akan lihat nanti, insyaAllah. Sebab saya rasa sebagai PPP 3 pun saya pun tak larat nak mengesahkannya. Sebagai PYD pun juga rasanya kalau benda tu kita dah rekodkan, berarti maksud saya satu sistem untuk membuat surat lantikan satu UTM, termasuk external examiner, termasuk internal examiner, termasuk apa sekali lah yang kita keluarkan yang tak perlu disahkan sebab orang tu dah dilantik.
Terima kasih Prof. Tapi kami penantian untuk suatu penyeksaan.
Tak apa, tapi kena faham juga nak membuat sistem tu bukan mudah.
Terima kasih Prof. Maaflah mengganggu tumpuan.
Tapi tak apa. Terima kasih kerana mencadangkan sebab saya rasa it's about time we work towards that. Betul. InsyaAllah.
Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. Saya ada dua soalan. Ada dua soalan. Yang pertama ni dia straightforward sikit saya ingat. Tadi Prof. Syukur ada mention kalau di bahagian output penyelidikan itu, bahagian yang mana kita ada quality output tu, dia boleh overflow kan? Ke silap saya dengar? Kepada quantity output penyelidikan.
Betul Prof Zain, daripada research output quality boleh overflow. Pertama dia pergi ke postgraduate supervision dahulu, PGS.
Okay.
Kemudian kalau dah penuh juga dia pergi ke research input pula, RI. Kalau dah penuh juga dia akan pergi ke bonus.
Dia pergi ke quantity output tak?
Tidak.
Oh, dia tak pergi quantity output. So
tidak.
Dia pergi tadi ikut hierarki tadi itulah.
Betul.
Reason tak, sebab apa kalau overflow, Kalau yang lain tu dah overflow, reason dia tak pergi kepada quantity output tu mungkin ada saya tak follow saya.
Based on kita punya discussion dengan kita punya keperluan numbers of publication section C dalam MyRA, kita masih lagi perlukan numbers dari segi quantity, Prof, untuk section RO.
Then it makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Dan soalan saya yang satu lagi ni, kalau dibolehkan lah, sebab saya ada dengar DCP tadi. DCP means it relates to also LPPT tahunan dan juga kenaikan pangkat. Puan Azizah ada bagi taklimat tadi kan. Boleh ditanya tentang kenaikan pangkat tak? Cik Razif, kalau saya boleh tanya. Ke too heavy untuk session ni? To focus on ni. Cuma saya nak bertanya tentang kenaikan pangkat. Kalau boleh saya teruskan, kalau boleh jawablah. Kalau tidak mungkin boleh kemudian. Saya nak tanya tentang kenaikan pangkat, contohnya di peringkat Profesor Madya. Ya. Jadi salah satu daripada requirement dia adalah PhD 1 dan Master adalah 2. Kita dah lama faham ataupun aware, maklum bahawa kalau lebih itu PhD-nya, banyak fakulti mungkin dah propose perkara ni dan mungkin dah terima di peringkat Jawatankuasa Pemilih Guru. Saya tahu bahawa perkara ini diterima equivalentnya itu. Contohnya kalau ada 2 PhD, kalau tak ada master dan equivalentnya boleh diambil kira. Sebab pengalaman saya mempengerusikan, saya aware perkara tu kita dah approve. Tetapi mungkin ada communication isu di mana kemungkinan ada fakulti yang propose perkara tu bawa naik ke atas, diluluskan, dan ada fakulti yang mungkin tidak luluskan. Bilangannya bukan sedikit perkara ni. Yang saya tahu, ini Profesor Madya, saya tak tanya tentang kenaikan pangkat yang ada conflict of interest, because tak ada conflict of interest kat sini, cuma kenaikan pangkat Profesor Madya. Kalau boleh dijawab lah, kalau dia patut pada sesi lain, mungkin saya kat sini je lah.
Proses kaitan dengan kesetaraan tu yang sepaham saya lah dalam mesyuarat DPD yang dibincangkan kepada sedemikian dia kesetaraan tu yang atas disetarakan ke bawah boleh. Untuk kalau katalah penyelia utama untuk PhD disetarakan dengan penyelia utama untuk masters tu boleh. Tapi kalau yang bawah nak disetarakan ke atas, itu sepaham saya tak boleh. Untuk kalau katalah ada 4 penyelia bersama untuk PhD nak disetarakan dengan satu penyelia utama, yang itu selama saya terlibat dalam mesyuarat DPD, yang itu tidak berlaku lah.
Saya sebut atas ke bawah, Prof. Razif, Encik Razif.
Kalau yang atas ke bawah, yang itu memang berlaku lah.
Cuma dia berlaku di peringkat JPG. Saya aware dia berlaku di peringkat JPG dan di peringkat beberapa fakulti. Contohnya saya tahu di fakulti FSSH dia akan proceed, dia akan push forward kan. Jadi mungkin tidak ada kesetaraan dekat situ antara fakulti. Ada fakulti yang hanya stick kepada apa yang ada on the book. Jadi for example, orang tu kemungkinan dah ada 2 ataupun 3 PhD, tidak ada master. Sebab master sekarang ni dia susah nak dapat. Susah nak dapat because kita utamakan fast track contohnya. Jadi bila kita utamakan fast track, tak ada master lah. Contohnya fakulti yang memang ramai student yang bagus dan dia utamakan fast track, jadi master ni dia akan sikit. Jadi sampai bila-bila pun dia tak naik pangkat. Walaupun dia sumbangkan PhD mungkin 10 orang ke, tetapi tak ada master lagi.
Yang itu Prof, sepaham saya yang praktis tu berlaku kalau atas disetarakan ke bawah.
Ya betul. Ya itulah maksud saya. Ya itu, tetapi dia tak konsisten antara faculties. Itu isu je. Ada faculties yang mungkin tadi saya exaggerate lah 10 PhD. 2 PhD, contohnya satu PhD tu dah lepas. Dia ada lagi satu PhD tapi tak ada master. Sepatutnya boleh disetarakan dengan 2 master yang tak dapat tu. Ataupun 2 penyelia bersama, 2 penyelia PhD bersama dapat satu master contohnya kan. 4 ataupun 4 penyelia dia bersama, satu PhD yang dah graduate tu dah lepas. Tetapi ada 2 penyelia bersama dah lepas juga, maka adalah persetaraan itu. Kita rasa kita dalam mesyuarat JPG kita luluskan perkara itu. Jadi dan ada fakulti yang telah push perkara itu forward dan okey kita luluskan juga, tetapi saya rasa simpati kepada fakulti yang mana ada pegawai-pegawai kita yang dah lama ada PhD yang lebih atau penyelia bersama PhD yang lebih dah graduate tetapi tak ada master just because dia ada. So saya rasa itu kita fakulti kena tengok lah tu. Fakulti kena tengok dan luluskan staf kita masing-masing. Saya ingat kena macam tu. Sebab apa, kalau kita dah dapat di sini, Cik Razif beritahu macam tu, it means that dia salah seorang key person dalam JPT, pengerusi dia still masih TNCA juga. Puan Azizah pun ada kat sini, mungkin boleh bagi pencerahan kepada fakulti kat sini supaya tidak lagi lengahkan perkara itu. Sebab setiap kali kita lengahkan, maka staff akan demoralize.
Ya Prof, yang untuk master tu kita boleh disetarakan ya. Yang penting rukun kan selalu disebut rukun tu kena ada PhD. Yang master tu kita
Okey, tak apa begini Prof, since Prof dah highlightkan perkara ni, dalam bulan 11 ke bulan 12 ni akan ada satu syarat khas berkaitan dengan kriteria dalam kenaikan pangkat untuk khasnya untuk Profesor Madian dan juga Profesor iaitu nanti concern yang Prof highlightkan tu kita akan bangkitkanlah supaya kalau itu dapat diperjelaskan kepada fakulti lah, mereka-mereka yang so far kita kata boleh disetarakan PhD dengan Masters. Tapi kalau Masters ke PhD itu memang
itu memang tak boleh, saya faham.
Okey, boleh Prof, insyaAllah.
Terima kasih.
Okay,
Assalamualaikum. Saya first time guna version 2 ni. Saya nak tanya soalan boleh kan? Okey, macam ni saya nak tanya tentang pelibatan aktiviti. Contohnya bila saya masuk dalam rekod 7P, dia akan masuk ke tab pengajaran kan, macam test DCP semua tu. Dekat pengajaran kan ada 10% yang pelibatan aktiviti tu kan. Dan juga ada test, contoh AJK lah. Lepas tu dia masuk juga dekat bahagian khidmat profesional, rekod 7P. Jadi saya macam nak tahu, adakah dia kira ketiga-tiga tab tu atau dia akan pilih salah satu saja? Sebab sebelum ni saya guna version 1. Version 1 dia agak inilah, simple lah. Itulah soalan saya. Hello?
Hello, Assalamualaikum Doktor. Doktor
Saya Nur Aini.
Okey, untuk input jawatankuasa ataupun task force kan. Okay, asalnya adalah kalau ikut data source LPPT, Akademik, jenis jawatankuasa, okey, pilih sama ada pilih pengajaran ataupun pilih pengajaran TNL, dia akan ditarik dalam kuantiti PDP. Begitu juga dia akan ditarik juga di test secara langsung. Itu adalah data source yang awal lah. So cuma pengajaran TNL tu memang dihaskan untuk test lah. Itu jawapannya
Okey, cuma bila saya buat akademik, saya pilih tab akademik, dia masuk juga ke rekod 7P. Maknanya khidmat profesional saya tak dapat markah lah kiranya kat situ ya?
Ya betul.
Oh, jadi macam saya dah buat akademik kan. Jadi dia macam semua saya buat akademik sebab saya fikir dia macam bila dinilai dia akan pilih, macam mana nak cakap contoh saya ada buat community, saya pilih juga akademik dan dia masuk ke tiga-tiga bahagian. Jadi maknanya
itu data source yang awal Doktor? Doktor kalau buat itu memang dia akan pergi ke tiga-tiga data source tu.
Jadi adakah saya perlu ubah balik contohnya untuk dapat markah 10% dekat rekod 7P selain pengajaran? Saya perlu tukar balik
Dia
ke?
dalam kuantiti PDP dia punya capping 10 je doktor. Kalau doktor masukkan dia capping dia maksimum 10 saja.
Okey, kalau macam maknanya kalau lebih dia akan bawa ke rekod 7P yang
Kalau
lain.
lebih dia takkan bawa. Dia sampai 10 je.
Oh, jadi saya kena pilih tab yang betul lah.
Nanti doktor kena distribute lah.
Okey, saya boleh tukar balik ke selepas ni?
Boleh.
Okey. Terima kasih.
Doktor,
Terima kasih.
Doktor, kalau benda tu dah disahkan pun boleh minta nanti PPP 3 untuk pulangkan balik kalau nak tukar.
Okey, jadi saya macam saya kena buat kira-kira dululah. Contohnya dah cukup ke dekat pengajaran kan?
Bukanlah kira-kira, maksud dia kalau memang pelantikan itu menjurus kepada teaching and learning, maka pilihlah teaching and learning. Tapi kalau untuk community mungkin dia tak berkaitan dengan teaching and learning, maka pilihlah kira-kira yang lain. Maksudnya bukan kira-kira lah. Faham okey.
Satu lagi macam soalan saya untuk test DCP kan, bila kita baca kan dia ada rubrik 1 hingga 4 kan. Test DCP lah. Jadi kalau dia ada tulis at least 1, maknanya kalau 1 tu kita dah memenuhi untuk dapat 4 lah maknanya ya. 1 sijil ke, dia tulis at least 1 community sebagai leader ke, maksud saya dah mencukupi lah.
Dia tengok pada rubrik tu doktor. Dia ada kan markah ada 1, 2, 3, 4. Doktor kata at least 1 tu dekat kolom markah mana? Markah 4.
Dia tulis 4. Macam at least cukuplah 1.
Ikut apa yang tercatat dalam rubrik tu, kerana pegawai penilai akan menilai berdasarkan rubrik.
Okey.
Dr. Nurul Aini, test dia menilai kualiti. Jadi untuk menilai kualiti ni dia ada rubrik-rubriknya yang panel pengajaran akan lihat. So jadi boleh rujuk kepada rubrik dalam test, semua dah dinyatakan ada dalam tu. Tengok rubrik dia dan tahulah kat mana sama ada 1, 2, 3 atau 4 markahnya. Tapi kita lihat kepada kualiti di dalam test.
Okey, faham. Alright. Terima kasih banyak.
Terima kasih Doktor di atas soalan dan juga Profesor Zaida dan yang lain-lain panel di atas maklum balas yang diberikan. Jadi masa pun telah menunjukkan 5.25 petang. Jadi bagi pihak urustia, kami ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada semua, terutama pengerusi jawatankuasa dan juga ketua-ketua komponen di atas sesi perkongsian yang begitu padat dan juga sesi Q&A yang begitu informatif. Jadi sekiranya ada sebarang persoalan yang masih terdapat yang masih lagi ingin mendapatkan penjelasan daripada ketua-ketua komponen, boleh majukan melalui email elppt@utm.my. Jadi saya ingat bagi pihak urustia ingin memohon ampunan maaf sekiranya sepanjang sesi Taklimat Mega LPPT UTM 2021 terdapat sebarang kelemahan, kesulitan dan gangguan teknikal dan sebagainya. Jadi akhir kata bagi pihak urustia ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada semua dan kita tangguhkan sesi kita pada petang ini dengan bacaan tasbih, kafarah dan surah Wal-As. Terima kasih semua. Thank you everyone for your time.
Gambar Cik Razi dan ambil gambar menunjukkan keberadaan kita ni beramai-ramai.
Boleh bagi yang masih setia bersama kita sehingga ke hujung waktu, mungkin boleh buka kamera bagi yang sudi sedia. Pihak urustia akan cubalah screenshot semampu mungkin.
Rakan-rakan akademik untuk on video. Makin susut laju.
Ada makan bonus tak Cik Razif? Aduh, saya gurau je petang-petang ni kan.
Okey, Rusia boleh silakan. Mana yang ada? Nampak gambar tu?
Cik, bicara ni.
Okey Razi, okey.
Dia banyak page sebentar. Minta semua senyum je.
Nak ada senyum nak.
Senaman petang senyum.
Macam-macam background.
Macam-macam kepelbagaian.
Colourful backgrounds.
Okay, saya ingat itu sahaja. Terima kasih banyak atas perhatian dan kerjasama semua. Terima kasih
Terima
semua.
kasih. Assalamualaikum.
Okey, terima kasih semua atas feedback dan juga respon.
Terima kasih semua.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alright. Welcome.
Soalan chat kita simpan kan?
Nanti boleh bawa dalam tip. Mungkin boleh asing-asing kan?
Ikut ni.
Ada Puan Zah, ada cadangan dekat chat tu bagus juga. Mungkin kita boleh simpan untuk kita tengok.
Assalamualaikum.